3, 2, 1, 0. -1. -5. -4. -3. 2, 3. Devin K, what's up, man?
Oh, not much. Not much at all. Just having a pretty, as far as it goes, fairly decent Monday.
I mean, it was hot today, but it wasn't like unbearable. This is like, unfortunately, this is a normal summer day
I'll
up
take
here.
80 when it's been 92.
Yeah.
I'll take 80. So.
Right, like this is a normal, like hot, summer day up in the upper Midwest.
Yeah.
And it was great. It was, dude, I got a lot of shit shipped. Yeah, it was really fucking nice to be working outside for a bit,
Yeah, there's a good breeze. It was only like a high of 81 or 82, so it wasn't bad.
Right. I mean, it was still a little humid, like more than, is nice, but.
Well, I mean, it rained all weekend, so what do you expect? But.
Yeah, that's why I was like, yeah, should I mow the lawn today or should I just wait till tomorrow? I think tomorrow I'm going to take an entire fucking day off of business stuff.
Yeah.
Like, just for the first time in a week and a half, like.
Just to cut the grass and all that other stuff, get personal things done.
Exactly, but yeah. So, but yeah, your shit's. The UPS guy dropped some inventory off today, and I'm like, yeah, it's not as high as it usually is. He's like, yeah, it's a little bit easier to work in the back of this truck, and I'm like, yeah, I have a friend that works in the back of a Pepperidge Farm truck, and he says the same thing.
Yeah, it blows. The thing's like greenhouse effect on steroids. It's like just walking
into
an oven. So
yeah, it's like just fucking sitting there walking into, insane amounts of humidity, pressure, and heat.
Yeah, it's
so.
But yeah, today it was bearable. I parked in the shade most of the day. I got good parking spots, so it wasn't too bad. So that's a world of difference parking in the shade versus parking in the direct sunlight in that thing. So.
Oh yeah. Oh fuck yeah.
So and then you try to park to where the breeze can kind of come in, but not mess all your crap around and just churn up dust.
Right.
So it ended up being a good day. And then I came home and I had to do some work on the safety on the SMLE because with the safety installed, because you know how like the SMLE, they don't lie perfectly flat when the safety's off.
Yep.
Oftentimes they're rotated a little bit up. Well, my caulking piece was catching on it when it was falling. So I had to shave just the tiniest amount off the safety lug that rotates. So
yeah, right on.
So that way it works, and it works fantastic now. So, and then I did some more stuff with that. I'm so tired of fucking with all those money accounts right now. It's.
Yeah, I mean, you shouldn't have to deal with that shit, but like, just give it a rest. Don't.
Yeah.
Obviously, don't fuck with it when you're tired and pissed off.
Yeah, but well, right now a lot of it is because I'm technically allowed to make purchases and sales on it. I just can't withdraw from it. Yeah, I know, right?
What?
Yeah, I can make purchases and sales on the stocks and crap that are in there, but I can't withdraw from it.
Oh my god! That again, my point stands. Whoever set that up is fucking retarded.
You're retarded. I know, and it's like
I don't care if it's your relatives. Like,
yeah,
that's fucking
I never
stupid.
even met them. They're my mom's parents. I've never.
No, but I get that. But like, that was fucking dumb.
Yeah, it was. It's
like Soviet.
Stupid.
That's like Soviet thinking.
It is Soviet thinking. That's literally who they were.
Right. That's what I mean. Like, it's fucking retarded. God damn.
Yeah, but like, I sold a bunch of stuff just before everything kind of dipped down in this recession. Made like 2 boatloads and then reinvested it back in its worst in like end of March. And now now that a lot of that stuff is returning, I have to kind of partition some of that out in order to make sure it maintains its insurance and stuff like that. So it's making money, but it's like I said, it's a chore having to watch it and getting absolutely no reward out of it currently.
Well, you should buy me an MRAP.
Well,
I'll make it worth your while.
Call me in 35 years, and we'll see about that.
Hey, Devin. Yeah, we're old now, and we're
old now. Yeah.
You want to buy me that fucking MRAP? Yeah, let's do this shit.
Can I get you a mobility scooter that's styled like an MRAP?
Dude, I'm in my 60s, not my fucking 90s.
That
Give
doesn't
me a
mean anything.
fucking.
There's a lot
give
that
me
can
a-
happen in 35 years.
Well, I know I'm fat, but like, do you think I'm gonna be in a fucking scooter when I'm in my 60s?
Dude,
No.
that would be sweet as fuck to be like crazy out of my mind and in a scooter by like.
Okay,
70
how about this? When I'm in my 60s on a scooter, buy me an M240 Bravo with like infinite fucking 7.65-1 ammo and links.
So you could attach it on it?
Yeah, just let me roll around. I'll only roll around with like a box of 200 at a time. Like I'll be all right.
Just cruise
like,
into the Walmart and you're.
Yeah, I mean, if you think I'm gonna be that fucking derelict when I'm 60, like
No,
you might be right. You might be right actually, which would be fucking great. Get the fuck out of my way. Back in my day.
Yeah, back in my day, I remember when Trump was president.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep. So.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. And then I cracked out a helmet I don't think I've ever worn on stream before.
Well, here's the thing. It's probably your Mark 7, but your Mark 6A, but it's probably just a regular Mark 6 because you can't fucking tell with the cover on it. So don't be a dickhead.
It is the Mark 6A. I would have taken both answers.
Well, no, but I know you, so I'm like, he probably rolled out because he thought everybody was going to say, including myself, a Mark 6.
They're the same helmet, though. One's just slightly thicker. I would have taken both answers.
I've had a lot of comments, a lot of research done by people who are actually the Mark 6A was made of Kevlar. It was thicker. It was not thicker ballistic nylon. It was actually Kevlar.
Really?
Yep, but they didn't think that the design was protective enough, which is why they went to the Mark 7 shortly thereafter.
Well, that's weird because the manufacturer literally says they're ballistic nylon.
Okay. No, it's
literally says they're ballistic nylon. The first
cool. They're not though.
It is the Mark 7.
Right, but they're not. Like, they might have said that maybe for propagandistic purposes. I don't know. I don't fucking know why they said that, but like, it's killer because there have been ballistic tests done on the Mark 6 versus the Mark 6A.
Yeah.
Well, the Mark 6 sucks.
Yeah.
And even if you were to thicken it by 1/4 of an inch, like they said they did, no, there's no fucking way. If it doesn't defeat a 9mm, it's not going to defeat fucking anything. Okay?
Well, now I kind of want to cut into this one just to see.
I want to shoot that fucker.
Well, if I had another one, I'd let us, but they're so rare. And this
I know. That's the thing is like.
Well, like I would take an X-Acto knife and peel the paint off on the inside just to take a look. Because if it's Kevlar, it'll be yellow, and if it's ballistic nylon, it'll be black.
But wasn't there like a couple other Aramid variants that
not
were
at that
actually
time? Not until like
what year is the Mark 6A?
Huh?
Right. What year is the Mark 6A? What year is
mine? Is like 2006.
Well, the Mark 6A didn't come out until like 2008, right?
Or something like that. Yeah, it's either 08 or 06. It says right. I could look.
Well, yeah. You just give me the date, like really quick. I thought it was a lot later. Like it was
2008. Says on
okay. So that's what I'm saying. Like that's why they're so rare, is because they didn't make a lot of them.
Yeah.
Based on that, and they probably had the old fucking. Well, where does it say on there that it's ballistic nylon? I don't care if it
say on the tag. It says on the website from the company that made them.
No.
Because it doesn't even say that the Mark 7's Kevlar.
No, it doesn't
say what any of the helmets are made out of.
It also doesn't say that the fucking Polish WZ-2000 is Kevlar.
Yeah, and well, it doesn't say on any helmet what it's made out of.
Right. My point. So that's what I'm saying is, I don't want you to fuck up your example, but I want us to find a Mark 6A someday. Yeah. I mean, the channel's gaining.
Well, I'll just scrape the paint off underneath the lighter, just into a tiny space and look at it. Because if it's yellow, it's Kevlar. If it's not Kevlar. It's mine. It's not like I'm getting rid of it. So
yeah, I know, but I would feel bad. But you do you. Yeah. But I was told by multiple sources who were in the British military, wore them, and people who are like helmet gurus, and There seems to be like a cult with UK military. Like, let's just say that.
No, you've seen smelly people.
Oh my God!
People.
With the Mark 6 and the Mark 6 Alpha, it's like, well, if the Mark 6 Alpha is fucking Kevlar, show me some proof. I can't, but there's all these studies, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like,
well, that could be anything. It might not even be ballistic nylon or Kevlar. It could be something entirely different, but.
Right. Well, if you want
to chip Kevlar or aramid, it will literally be yellow under the paint.
Oh,
I have to find out.
Well, we're on a live stream. Would you be willing to do that right now? Chip off a little piece of paint?
I could do that. Go get my.
Shit, everybody that's watching right now is actually going to be pretty lucky.
Yeah. I don't know how well it'll show up because I want to do it under that black styrofoam piece so it doesn't show.
Right. But I mean, yeah, it's I mean, just be honest. Like, if it is, it is. If it isn't, it isn't. But like, I have a feeling it's Kevlar because they are heavier, a lot heavier than the Mark 6, and they're not that much thicker.
It's that same grayish black like the Mark 6s.
Grayish black?
Yeah, like the ballistic nylon. Remember when we shot the Mark 6?
We didn't shoot the Mark 6. I did.
Well, you shot the Mark 6, yeah, but whatever.
It was green.
It's that same color.
Well, so is a lot of Pasgets, like U.S. Kevlar helmets.
No, those are yellow, but the resin is.
Yeah, but could that be covered in resin? Could they have like copied the Pasget model?
Let me keep scraping. Okay, well, now that I got a bigger patch, a lot bigger than I really wanted to do, it's green.
It's like olive drab?
Like dark green. Yeah. Probably darker than olive drab, but like green.
Yeah.
And it's like the actual fibers itself, not like the resin.
No, it's fine. Like,
yeah.
So what was it? Highly more compressed and ballistic nylon?
According to the website, they say they changed up the resin and they added more layers and they wove it differently. So
for the Mark 6A.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing is they were making the Mark 6 until 2014.
Yeah.
Oh my God, those fuckers. Yeah.
It's like the ECH. It's for like frontline troops only.
No, but then immediately after they went with the Mark 6A, they went to the Mark 7, like a year after that.
Well, yeah, the Mark 7 came out in 2011, so it would have only been a few years.
2009.
Okay.
It was fielded in 2009.
Okay, so yeah, they would have only made them for like a year then.
Yep.
But yeah, it's like dark green.
Yeah, it's
mystery solved. So it's not Kevlar or aramid, but
I still wish we could get one to shoot.
We probably can eventually someday. I got
well, to be fair, like that Mark
in the UK that can probably find me a pretty shot out one. That was a pretty common thing with the Mark 6s. The liner just becomes junk and they don't make them anymore, so you can't replace it.
Yeah, but like
somebody's probably got a shell laying around.
But the shell has to be in good shape. Like the more I think about, like with composite helmets,
nylon, it'll be fine.
Well, no, composite helmets, you want them to be as good a shape as possible.
Yeah.
Steel helmets, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You know, with the paint and all that shit, like it doesn't actually fucking matter.
Yeah.
With composite helmets, it needs to be in as good a shape as possible.
I can probably find one that's probably pretty heavily used, but still okay.
Because, yeah, my Mark 6 ballistic test, that did not go well at all.
And that thing did not. The Mark 7 was pretty much not the Mark 7. The Mark 6A was pretty much the same. It still wasn't good enough, but they couldn't really increase the weight anymore. So.
Right, and then they came out the Mark 7, and it was like, so there you go. Now you're at the fucking 3 alpha level.
Yeah.
Minimum.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah. But yeah, so I would have to say, based on the color it is, it's not Kevlar. So
interesting. Like,
yeah, I'd have to say not Kevlar because they did come out with black aramid, but you don't see that until the mid 2000 teens, and it's really only Russian that you see.
Right, and then the Mark 6A was a couple years tops.
Yeah. So I'd say ballistic nylon.
All right, and to answer some things that have been asked in the chat. So because we get so many comments and we're trying to actually just shoot the shit and kind of talk about some topics that are of interest, we do super chats at the end of this stream. So yeah, we'll let you know when we're getting towards the end. All that stuff. If you get questions or comments or any of that shit. And other than that, we're just gonna kind of shoot the shit. And then Devin K has got his little channel. Finally got his unique username. YouTube.com.
I got my unique handle now. I got the Patreon. I got the whole works. So
shit.
Yeah, we're raking it in. No, we're not really raking it in, but
well, you're raking it in.
We're raking it in. Like if you find the like smallest grain of sand you could hold in between your two fingers, single grain of sand, and you throw that into a pond, the waves that come off of that are the size of the waves that I make. Money wise,
they're still waves.
They are. So we're getting there. We're getting there. Like my goal would be like between YouTube and Patreon, like $100 a month. What I could do with $100 a month would be fantastic.
You could buy a lot more lotion to masturbate with.
Well, I could buy a lot more stuff if I had $100 a month.
Right.
And just like channel support. That would be a world of difference as far as what I could do. So.
So I got more G3 mags today, right?
Yeah. Again.
Yeah. Well, they've been selling like crazy because
that makes sense.
Dude,
how
you use
long
them
before they run out?
I don't know.
Just buy all of them.
I wish I could, but so I got one that was in the original package. Quite a few of these, and I don't know if you've like heard my shit about the markings on these, but check this out.
Interesting.
Norway.
Yeah.
Jet for Norway.
I didn't even know they used the G3, but it makes sense because they have the 416 now. So,
dude, so it's the G3 with the Koenig mark with the fucking crown above it. Fucking March of 1966 with the fucking NATO contract number on it. Like, but it's in like mint condition. Like, look at this shit.
Yeah.
So I guess it's another fucking magazine that I don't need. So I've got probably more magazines for the goddamn G3 than I do for any other magazine for the weapon in my. Yeah, like it's insane.
Yeah, well, it's like me. I got a whole bunch of different like collectible ammo on the clips, but like I have more SMLE clips than I could possibly ever hang ammo on.
They're all one fucking manufacturer.
They're all one manufacturer, though.
By the way, I have sold out of those, but I will be getting more.
Okay.
So we'll work out something where we can just do a 1-for-1 trade. No big deal.
Yeah, I just like those interesting manufacturers. If I could get some different manufacturers, that'd be because all mine are from the same place. I have 200 of them from the same place.
Yep. So. I just sold 200 of them from different places, and I'll probably buy 400 or 500 more because they sold so well.
They sell so good. So, well, the original ones work the best. I have some of those repro ones, and they suck. They're horrible.
Most repro clips
are horrible.
And magazines, to be honest.
Yeah.
And magazines are terrible.
Yeah. Well, it's at the point where I'm going to have to probably buy one of those shitty Pro Mags for my SMLE because I can't find one that's not totally shot.
Again, be patient. Be patient.
I'm patient. One will come along eventually, but if I want to shoot it with a magazine when I have it done, I'm probably going to have to get a Pro Mag or buy a really crappy.
How about this? If you want to shoot it with your fucking whatever, you can use my goddamn Lithgow magazine while we're out there.
Perfect.
Like it's
if I get
pretty
it done,
good.
The wood's got to get here by then, so.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I've got a decent SMLE.
Yeah. Well, you got a nice, Lithgow one.
Yeah, it's a fucking beast.
The Australians.
Dude, we should, when you get your shit built,
yeah,
we should do not the, I hate the fucking mad minute bullshit because like very few people even got to that point. It was kind of like a fun thing, but like
it was really something they only ever really did on range. It wasn't actually,
and it wasn't required. That's the thing is, it was like, oh, it was required for every infantryman. Well, if it was required for every infantryman, they wouldn't have had a tenth of what
it was
they
like
had.
something you could do after you qualified,
right?
For like bonus points. That was about it.
And there was, as far as I know, as far as I've learned, there was no reward for it. It was just bragging rights.
Yeah, basically.
I've completed my minute.
And get a little star by your name. That's about
have you ever completed my minute? Because I have. Here's the paperwork to prove it.
And it was expensive. I'm not going to do that.
No. But no, it's like what we should do is we should figure out some sort of like pseudo combat relevant, not related, but like relevant shooting where you and I both use the SMLE. We both use HXP and we're using the same ammo. Okay. Clips and all that shit. And we should see who could perform better based on like our personal like tastes of you like those sites. I don't like those sites on the number.
I do like these sites a lot.
Right. And I fucking hate them. However, I like the smoothness and the ease of the action.
The short throw,
But also the stock is too short for me. And that's before they made like different length stocks. No. On the number 1 Mark III, that was before they made different length butt stocks. The number 4, they made different.
We have the one size, but before World War II, they came out with the 3 lengths.
Yes, exactly what I'm saying is like, so if we both had the same length rifle and everything, we could see and like we could actually go through all the disadvantages I have, versus the disadvantages you have, versus the advantages that I have, versus the advantages that you have.
And how that could have actually affected soldiers' performance historically and stuff too. That'd be interesting. Because there's obviously people that were as big as you at the time.
Well, there's original uniforms that will fit me.
Yeah, and stuff like that. But it would be cool.
Yeah, because and here's the thing is we could the live streamers will get this. I have an M95 long rifle coming finally. Yes,
I can bring mine too.
That's what I mean. I got the ammo for it. I got the 38 Hertenberger Austrian shit. Perfect. The Nazi stamped, which is Austrian Hertenberger.
Cool. Really I still got to play with the sights on mine because my sights were hashed out before they adopted metric, so they're in Shite.
We're not going to be shooting that far.
Yeah, but still.
Come on.
Sights go down to what, 240 yards? No, 240 yards would be the minimum if they're in Shite.
Okay, well, bottom line, we can do this with a lot of rifles.
Yeah.
And like what I'm saying is like unlike us doing an iteration, you doing an iteration, we'll have we could have we could have 2 people like filming it, 1 on each, and we can do a split screen at the same time because we will be doing the same thing.
True.
And here's the thing: is malfunctions is what it is.
Yeah, that's part of it. So
how well do you know your weapon?
It can happen now.
How fast can you correct it? Bam.
Perfect. I'm on board with that. That'd be cool.
Fuck yeah.
I'm totally okay with that. I got to get this fucker done first. God.
Yeah. Well,
I'm just waiting on the parts from international places, and I'm still waiting on the email for them to tell me the stock's is done, and then I have to have it go through custom. So.
Well, then go out and fire it before the stock gets there. The stock gets there.
I already did. It works fine.
Weird.
Yeah. Headspaced it and everything. It works fine. So.
Oh, my headspace gauges are actually, they apparently got shipped out or were billed today, which is good.
Oh, that is good. And you got just the field gauge or did you get the whole set?
No, I got the field gauge. Like, Honestly, like people will be like, "Oh, you're gonna kill yourself." I don't give a fuck. Like Headspace, I've done some really dumb shit with reloading.
With commercial ammo, it's
no, but like with reloading,
yeah.
I've done
Yeah.
some shit that I don't even like to admit to, where I underloaded cartridges by so much that I should be blind.
Yeah.
And it should have blown up, but it didn't.
Yeah, it's not, and like you could also tell because the bolt head physically gets further away from the receiver if it's out of headspace. It's pretty
right.
easy
And these
eyes.
things, yeah. And these fuckers that I got from RTI, I think 2 of them are going to be okay as shooters.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. We definitely got to test those out.
We'll see. We'll see. Well, I might do that. Yeah, because I threw the repro mags in them and they worked fine. But like the bores are dirty, but I've had worse. And what concerns me is the barrel on the one that seems to be okay is about a half an inch shorter than the rest of my SMLEs.
Interesting.
Like,
that's kind of weird.
But it's still like rounded and beveled and like, you know, it looks like the fucking end of an SMLE.
It's crowned all nice and stuff.
Yep. I mean, it's not crowned nice, but it's
yeah.
I mean, these are all pieces of shit weapons that were sold to Ethiopia.
Well, maybe it was counterboard or something, and when they got it, they cut off the counterboard section and then just walked the sight back. And
no, it's not. It's not enough to be a counterboard section. It's enough to be. I'm pretty sure the crown was fucked up.
Yeah.
But I don't think they did it in Ethiopia because the bayonet lugs are still there. I should see if a bayonet actually fits on that fucking thing.
Fits on it, yeah.
Because it looks like it kind of bows out. Either way, I wouldn't mind if that thing's. Hold on for a second. I'll be right back. Fucking dog. Oh, it's not plugged in.
Yeah, I know Liberty Tree has original mags, but I'm looking because this whole rifle's built with new old stock parts. They don't have new old stock magazines anymore. I didn't get one of those in time, so.
Oh shit, it's getting pissed. But what the hell was I just saying?
You were talking about the bayonet lugs on your shorter.
Yeah.
But you think it got recrowned professionally somewhere?
Not professionally. I said it got recrowned.
Yeah. But
so
not
it's
in
like,
Ethiopia, which means it's probably slightly better than what Ethiopia could do.
I don't know. We'll see. Hey, you know what? If it's a good shooter,
that's fine. Yeah, that's all you need of it.
And it's safe. There's no gases or fucking sense. Because the one I tell you, I didn't tell you this. The one that I said had the little ring towards the end of the muzzle.
Yeah.
So I took that fucker apart, like I disassembled the stock, which I don't like to do on Enfields because they're made a certain way and fitted a certain way. Right behind the rear sight, about a half an inch, which is right where this ring is.
Yeah.
There was a bulge 360 degrees around the barrel. So that thing was fired with an obstruction.
Yep. And it must have cleared it. It was probably packed full of dirt or mud or something.
But still, to be that
boat out, that one's probably not safe. Yeah.
So I was either going to sell it as a reenacting gun with all the parts and all that shit, because it'd make a great reenacting gun just to fire blanks out of.
Yeah.
Or I would actually, because that one's not safe to fire, I would actually fucking sporterize that one and figure out something.
Cut it down past that bulge and
exactly, because the rest of the rifling is
to do.
Right, and the rest of the rifling is like fantastic.
Yeah,
but I mean, I'm just wondering because I love 303. That's a great caliber.
It's a great cartridge. Yeah.
Oh my god, it's the smallest cartridge that you can actually hunt small or large dangerous game with in Africa.
Yeah.
Because it's so fucking powerful.
Yeah. And it's also very prevalent. So.
Yeah, but it's also like, I mean, I've killed deer with a 303 several times.
Yeah.
I've had one deer run getting shot with a 303, and that was a fucking buck that was big. The body was big. The rack I still have. What the rack? I don't care about hunting for fucking antlers because you can't eat them. You're gonna be a dog and fucking chew on them. But anyway, the
food. Yeah.
Right, and the body on this fucking buck was big, and I shot him, and I literally saw the on the other side, like the mist.
The spray, yeah.
Yeah, I was using 150 grain soft points, which is light for that load.
Yeah.
And he ran until his fucking body ran out of oxygen, which is about 80 yards into the woods. We didn't track him long, and he was right there, dead.
Yep.
Dead, didn't suffer. I mean, it was maybe 15 seconds tops.
Yeah, well, they can cover a lot of ground pretty damn.
Oh yeah. It was 15 seconds from the shot went off, and that's the thing is I don't like animals to suffer. I really don't. That's why I carry a sidearm. It's like if I didn't get the great shot, I go up right behind the fucking back of the head, and it's like you're done.
Yep.
It's over. Like I just don't want the animal sitting there fucking suffering because I did that on one deer way back when I was younger, and man, did that fuck with me. Like
you just hear it like scream, just
Oh, it didn't even scream. It's just the way it looked, and it was just bad. But anyway, so yeah, like the 303. It's also like I've told you. I won't redo the story, but like I made my best shot ever deer hunting with my long branch number 4 Mark 1.
Yep.
At a running deer at 110 yards in the woods.
Yep.
Open sights. Bam! It was fucking down.
Yep.
And then I went to work. I went to work at 2 p.m. That was one of those days where I went out.
Yep.
I went out at 5 a.m. and I was hunting, and I shot that fucker at about 9:30 to 10 a.m. Had her gutted out and out of the woods by about 11:30. Went home, hung her up in the garage, and then took a shower and went to work. Yep.
Yep.
That was one of those days. It was like fucking 303.
Yeah, you get it all done like on opener. It's the best stuff. Like you go out there on opener and you get it done in like half an hour, and then you're just like, yeah, I'm done for the season. You don't have to worry about it or anything.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's I mean, it's funny because like with hunting, so I haven't done it in a couple of years now because I got sick of the fucking rules that appear on other people's properties.
Yeah.
After you shoot the deer,
and just didn't see anything.
It's fucking stupid, but like, so back when I did hunt though, every year that I've gone hunting except the very first year, I've gotten at least one deer. And guess what? My secret is I bought a $20 jacket at Walmart that was blaze orange.
Yep.
I bought like a $3, knit cap, which I haven't. I didn't wear in my later years, but I have it. I hunted with military surplus firearms. I hand loaded for a lot of my like K98 shit. I basically spent every year on deer hunting about $40, including my license and tags.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's like next to nothing. That's what you want to do, though. There's no point in hunting if you're spending millions of dollars to eat.
Right.
At that point,
but I get a deer every fucking year.
Yeah.
How and you get the guys, well, you're not hunting for the fucking trophy. You're correct. I don't care about
I'm hunting
tracking this fucking buck. It's still a prey animal. Like if I want to go really for the rush, like I'm gonna hunt like a fucking bear or a badger.
Yeah, I hate people because you get it every year. Those people that are like, oh yeah, I saw an 8-point buck and I had to let it go. It wasn't big enough. And it's like, fuck you. I'm starving.
Right. But the thing is, like, I hunt if it's brown, it's down. Unless it's got spots on it. I'm not gonna. But by that time in November,
they don't have spots anymore.
No. Yeah. And they're also really fucking tender. It's
they're so good. The Bambis are the best ones.
Oh God, amazing! It's so good. And venison, if you make it right, most people don't because they're fucking retarded. They don't understand wild game versus feedlot game or animals. Venison is fantastic.
Venison's great.
Oh my God, especially in stews. It's better than beef in stews.
Yeah. Well, it's got that much more gamier, heavier flavor than like beef does.
And it actually adds flavor. It's not just like you're adding fat to it. It's like, no, venison's very fucking lean because the deer fat is it's waxy and it's got its purpose, but like to eat, no.
No, it's very waxy and tough.
It's
and it doesn't really melt like other fat does. Yeah.
But the venison meat is amazing. I don't see one of those old, like, fucking 12-year-old swamp bucks that when you shoot it, the adrenaline goes out and just saturates all that shit. And well, even like a healthy buck.
Yeah.
If it doesn't die right away, the meat's gonna taste a lot fucking.
It gets kind of
worse.
tainted. Yeah, it gets all those endorphins and crap pulse through it.
Yep.
Yeah.
All the chemicals, and it's like that's again why I like if I'm gonna go hunting and I'm gonna take a life, I want it to be done as quickly as possible.
Yep.
So they don't suffer, so the meat doesn't taste bad, but mainly for the first reason. Because I'm empathetic. I'm not a fucking not a psychopath, you know.
Well, like the second one's just a bonus basically for doing that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Same. But yeah, it's but venison, that's the thing is like, but here's the thing is like, until I own my own land, which probably won't be for a few more years, I fucking hate the rules that. Because here's the thing is like the past few years that I went hunting, I shot nubbins, right?
Yeah.
With iron sights at about 100 yards.
Yeah, pretty close. Yeah.
But in the woods, at 100 yards with iron sights, can you tell if that thing's got a penis?
No.
It looks like a decent sized doe, like a fucking 2-year-old doe.
Well, at least you're like buying your license, right? So you can like pick what kind of tag you want, right?
Yes, and it depends on what zone you're in. Wisconsin, up here, it's herd control usually.
Oh, well, I have
So we
a
get doe
federal
tags.
hunting license. I got it as a gift when I moved here. I don't get a choice. It's whatever the DNR says I can kill. So
yeah, that's one thing, but it's.
But I don't have to pay for a license though. I just go and file for one, and they give it to me for free because I bought a federal hunting license. So I don't pay for tags ever.
Right, I'd rather support my
I can
state
hunt in any
though.
state. So
right, but I'd rather support my state because I only hunt in this state.
Yeah.
For now.
Yeah.
It's like.
Well, like it's just a convenient thing to have, and I got it as a gift, so I'm not going to go out of my way to buy a tag if I can get one for free.
Right, and it's the thing is like, I now have some land that I can hunt on with no rules on shit, but again, it's like it's a fucking lot of work. Like
it is a lot of work.
If you don't need it, if you're not like starving and all that shit, and like
there's no reason to, yeah.
That's the thing is like I will not kill unless I need to. The reason I killed before is because I thought I needed to, and I did because now I know how to. See, I didn't just shoot, clean out, drag, and fucking register and all that shit. I would hang the deer up for a day or two, and I would skin it.
Yeah.
I would fucking process it in my garage. I didn't take it to get processed. Yeah, it's like I know how to do the whole fucking thing myself.
Yeah.
And that's why I also learned how to do shot placement a lot better.
Yeah, because once you smoke a tenderloin, you feel pretty fucking bad about it.
Yep. And it's.
Yeah. So.
But yeah,
definitely been there before where you get 1.5 tenderloins.
Yeah. Well, actually, I've never smoked a tenderloin. I smoked part of the back straps.
Smoking.
I shot a little bit too high.
Isn't
What?
I smoking venison's kind of
No. I mean, like I've shot. I never shot a tenderloin. I've shot the back straps.
Yeah.
That you make fucking filet mignon out of.
Yeah.
Because I shot too high. I still disabled the fucking thing. It was done.
Yeah.
But like I destroyed like a good 2 pounds of meat.
Yeah. It's especially when you're hitting that very soft tissue, those muscles that aren't used.
Yeah, so you've actually hit the fucking tenderloins, the two pieces.
Yeah, that's the backstrap. So.
No, they're not. It's way different.
Well, same region, but.
Nope, they're not. Tenderloins are the two pieces that run from like the fucking 3/4 of the way down from the back to the fucking
haunches.
Roasts.
Yeah.
To the rump, okay?
Yeah.
Back straps are the two strips of meat that run down the spine on either side.
Yeah.
Tenderloins, there's only 2 per deer. Back straps is only 2 per deer, but they're a lot bigger.
Yeah. Hit both in the same shot.
Not possible.
It is possible.
Unless you used a fucking hand grenade. No, it's not.
No, he's looking straight at me. Right along the back.
Then why'd you take the shot?
Because I was hungry.
Yeah, but you fucking wasted a shitload of meat.
I wasted a ton of it, but I was also like 9.
Headshot.
Yeah, that's what I was going for. All right. Missed. Sorry, sights were off slightly. Anything at all possible. Nicked a branch. Anything could have happened. So I was 9. Could have been fucking up, excited. Anything could have happened. It could have been anything. So really effed it though, and I learned not to do that ever again, and I haven't because that kind of sucked. So
yeah. But you still fucked one side of it though, right?
Yeah, I only effed one. Yeah, only if you were the deer, it would have been the left side. I only effed the whole left side of it. Yeah. So the right side was still good, but yeah. You live and learn in that case. So, and it wasn't that big of a deer either, so it was actually
right. But that's like almost impossible to nail both the tenderloins and the back straps all in one go.
Yeah.
But you still had the fucking hindquarters, right?
Yeah. Well, sort of, kind of. Most of it, yeah. So, it wasn't a very large deer. It would have been a little tiny spike born that year. First thing I saw, 9 years old,
Yep.
Effed it. Absolutely effed it.
Oh, shit. Fucked your bud. Let's go down and see what liquor we can salvage.
Yeah, let's go see what liquor we can salvage. Gosh. Oh, man. It's on the floor right there. Because it's hot in here. I don't know if you can tell. I'm getting kind of shiny.
Getting a little steamy.
Yeah, I'm getting...
like plankton on fucking SpongeBob.
Getting shiny.
Warm, steamy, juicy goodness.
Yeah.
Steamy.
Mm.
Delicate little Krabby Patty.
That sounds pretty good, but...
Oh, yeah.
That makes me want Culver's again. Because that was so good the last time I went, so...
Mm-hmm.
It's too bad you don't have one closer, but...
Oh, I do. I just have to drive 20 fucking minutes and still, like... Is it worth it to drive 20 fucking minutes to get something that I...
Yeah.
But I've got chicken nuggets sitting there.
Chicken... Yeah, they're fine then.
Yeah,
Sometime, though, Culver's. You just got to plan for that. You got to plan it into your
schedule. Yeah, well... Yeah. Because it's fucking great that, like, last time we went there, I was just like, yeah, can I just get the fucking burgers with the bun? They're like, we have gluten-free buns. And I'm like, you read my mind? But okay. Yes.
No, that's the only people that ask for that garbage. So, yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, I didn't even ask for it. I'm just like, yeah, can I get the thing without the bun? And they're like, well, we have gluten-free buns, if that's okay. And I'm like, yes.
Yep. Take my money.
Yeah. What's the thing, too, is like, I was saying about this with, because Sophie's grandpa just got diagnosed with celiac, and he's in his 80s, right?
Ooh. Well, at least he's had a pretty good run.
No, but he feels a lot better now. Like
now that he's not eating gluten.
Right. Yeah. He feels a lot better. And we were talking, we went out to lunch a couple weeks ago, and I was like, a lot of these restaurants, it seems that they don't want to do it because they're scared to say, well, it costs $1 more or $2 more to get this option for, like a hamburger or a sandwich or a dinner roll or whatever.
Yeah.
The thing is like, people who have celiac don't give a flying fuck.
Yeah.
It's like, if you have that option available, I don't care what you're charging. Thank you.
That's true, but like a person that works for a literal bread company.
Oh, I know, but yeah,
we don't carry any of it and don't deliver it to the vast majority of our place because we give it to them and almost 100% of it goes stale because it doesn't get asked for.
Oh no, and I get that. Like,
yeah.
But here's the thing: is like with a fast food joint or an actual restaurant. At this point, like eventually, your business it'll pick up. But like,
well, we do restaurants. He's
right
done
now,
restaurants for 20 years. It's been an option for 20 years, and they don't want it because it just goes stale, and he loses money on it because there.
Well, right now, it probably wouldn't go stale because there's a lot of people, including older people. It doesn't matter what age you are, who are like have either had this or developed it because of the weirdly changed wheat fucking molecule.
Like, even if it's like, okay, let's say hamburger buns. They come in a package of 8, okay?
Yeah.
We have to order whole trays at a time.
Yeah, I know.
A package of hamburgers comes in 9 packages of 8. So let's say they sell 2 packages of those. So they sell 16 hamburgers that are gluten-free.
Yeah, but
we
you
have
get
the cost of the rest of that because they're not selling through.
And I understand that. Yeah. I understand that. It's a risk, but that's why. So it's kind of proving my point, actually, is like, that's why when a place has an option for that, I'm willing to pay the extra couple dollars, whether it's $1 or $3. I'm willing to pay that because A, thank you for considering that, and B, I want you to be able to keep buying more.
Yeah, fair.
And you know what I mean? Like, I don't care. I know it's like.
Well, a lot of that, it just costs us $1 more to make each one.
No, I that too, but like,
so it's
but
not
even
like
wholesale, like, but you guys have, but people still have to make money.
Yeah.
For it to happen, like you have to. So, but a lot of restaurants, it seems, they just simply won't carry the gluten-free shit because they're scared that people will get pissed because they have to charge extra for it. When really, if somebody bitches about having to pay extra for it, they probably don't have celiac.
True, but there's also there's a lot of restaurants like for the big chains and stuff. There really isn't a downside for the restaurant getting it. Because if they order it and they don't sell through it, we have a guarantee to where we eat the cost. Because if they order it and we produce it, all right, so like we're buying it from the bakery and then we sell it to these companies. And if it goes stale in one of these companies or these stores, we eat the cost of that because it's pay per scan. Yeah. So like we only make money off the stuff that we sell.
Weird.
So if a store wants gluten-free buns, but they only sell 16 buns out of the whatever that we give them, we have to give them a whole tray.
Yeah, you eat the cost.
Yeah, then they don't lose any money. We lose the money on it.
So okay, like on average, like, I mean, you're in a small franchise, right? Like it's very fucking small.
We cover 46 restaurants,
but that's
gas stations, and 50 departments.
That's small.
That's huge.
That's small. That's considered that's considered small. And when you talk about the nation, right?
Yeah, there's 2 routes.
That's considered small
in the United States that are equivalent in size, other than ours.
That's because they live in more populated areas and they have more people.
Yeah, but, New York and Los Angeles.
Okay, all right. You're the master. You're fucking great. But no, so of that, how much money do you estimate? And if you don't know, you don't know. I don't care. Don't try to make shit up. How much money do you think you guys are actually losing based on the gluten-free stuff?
Well, so far this quarter, which started, by the way, at the beginning of July, we've lost in bread sales as far as cost eaten, $1,258 as of yesterday. Okay. But a lot of that was because my boss ordered way too much because he was ordering for COVID. Because
that's bread sales, right?
Yeah, but no. This was entirely his fault, so I don't have a good grasp.
No, I'm talking about the actual like we were talking about, like the gluten-free buns and other products that you deliver to these restaurants and businesses. How much have you lost because they haven't been sold? And just an estimate, like
we lose zero because we don't sell it to them because we don't order it because we lost too much money on it.
Okay.
So yeah, it was a thing that like it seemed like a good idea, a year ago to do that, and we ended up just losing a ton because it costs more to produce because it takes a lot of extra work and a lot of special ingredients. And then
it really doesn't. That's just a gimmick that fucking people use to.
But like when you're thinking
charge
on
more.
an industrial scale, though, you have to make a whole line. You have to get special ingredients. You have in order to justify the line being up, there has to be a minimum amount that you need to make to like justify having that line up. And it was costing the company really too much, so we ended up not carrying it because we were losing too much on it.
No, here's the thing: is
too much to get it.
Okay, that's what I was going to say. Is they're charging you too much? Is because
we weren't getting the sales to order enough.
Right, but there's this illusion that it costs so much more to make this shit. It fucking doesn't. It's what costs the more money is to get labeled certified gluten-free or labeled certified organic because of bureaucracy.
Stuff like that. Yeah, but like when you're making 1 million loaves of bread, and then you have to ship those and everything. And they take special flour, and they often take kind of more special care and carefuler heating and baking and stuff. They were charging us because we weren't ordering a minimum amount, so they were charging us a premium because we were ordering less than what we were supposed to.
Right, so it's not profitable for your specific company, but like you're saying, am I done fucking lagging? Am I back?
Sort of, kinda.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, it's been.
This is why I don't game anymore. And here's the thing: is there's nothing I can do about my shitty internet.
I know, right? Yep.
I love everything about living out here where I'm at,
except for the internet.
Dude, if there was an option where I had to pay $200 a month just to have like good internet, I would do it. The problem is they don't have it out here.
Well, I can't wait because they're actually, I think it's beginning of September, they're going to lay Google Fiber, like fiber optic in front of my house, so I could get that. So.
Maybe you're still living in a fucking town.
I am, but like they have it on both blocks on the other side of me. They just got to connect it because they did this one 2 years ago.
You don't even what the fuck you're going to use that fast internet for?
They did the one to the south of me 2 years ago, and they did.
Right, you're not even going to answer my fucking question because you're retarded.
What do you mean?
You don't even game or use internet that much besides this and making videos. What the fuck are you going to use the internet for? Come on.
Because that's going to be cheaper than Spectrum.
Okay.
That's why I'm going to do it because it's going to be $10 a month.
I want to fucking punch you so fucking hard right now. But I'm not
$10 a month cheaper.
But I'm not jealous because fuck where you live. Like
I know I need to leave. I do. I need to get out. And here's the thing.
I know who fucking AVE is. I'm sick of fucking getting compared to him. I don't sound like him at all in the least. My vocabulary is totally different. I don't have that fucking northern sister fucker accent. I have the balls to show my goddamn face. And I don't know shit about fucking power tools. They're fucking settled in case you haven't seen the multiple fucking videos I've made on that. All right, Devin, what were you saying, bud?
Yeah, Mike doesn't sound anything like he's from Manitoba or Saskatchewan, so.
No. I just like I'm from the upper Midwest in the United States.
That's right, he does.
Which is fucking weird, right?
Yeah. But
yeah, weird.
So, but like, I would happily trade that Google Fiber, not having it, to live somewhere more rural, definitely. So.
Well.
But while I'm here, I'm going to take advantage of it, so.
Oh God, yeah, fuck yeah, you should.
So I'm not an idiot, and if it's going to be $10 a month cheaper and way better, why the hell not? Because
I'm just jealous. So like, my thought is like, if I beat if I pound the piss out of you, and like drag you down here and make you live here, maybe Google Fiber will fucking follow you. That's the fucked up
stuff
thinking.
Does just kind of work out for me like that, surprisingly. So
right, so. Beware, like, have your guns ready because I might break into your fucking apartment building.
Well, all you just got to do is just be like, hey, you want to come live with me
for a while? It's like kidnapping if you're like, dude, okay, I'll go with you. Just, can we please shoot guns? And I'll be like, no, it's like kidnapping. You'd be like, but you have guns. We can shoot them, right? And it'll be like that for like an hour and a half. And I'll be like, yes, we can shoot guns. You'd be like, okay, I'll walk.
Yeah.
That'll be you.
You just invite me over and be like, "We'll go do stuff," and I'll be like, "Okay."
But no, I have to make it violent. Like, why the fuck?
Oh.
Why would I not make it violent?
Oh, well, I haven't got there yet. You just chain me to the radiator when we get there. So you know.
What radiator? Dude, you're thinking of the old apartment. Like, fucking, that had a radiator. That had multiple radiators. Fucking awesome.
Yeah, radiators work great, actually. But you could find something to chain me to, I'm sure.
Now you're getting really fucking kinky and turning me on. Like,
I mean,
I've literally got a boner right now.
I mean, that's what I'm here for, isn't it? That's why I have the 70s porn stash.
Not quite 70s. Not quite a porn stash, just a fucking... That's like a serial killer stash. It's like...
No. It's too thick to be a serial killer stash.
That's like
serial
BTK.
All have that, like, intermittent, really thin mustache.
Dude, that's like BTK stash.
This is like Tom Selleck stash.
No, you need... Ooh, I just threw up chocolate a little bit.
I mean, at least...
Wasn't bad. It wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Honestly, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was not bad at all.
Enjoyable.
No, but do you know who BTK? Like, do you ever see the picture of him? You're just missing the glasses. That's it. But like,
no, I haven't seen it.
Dude, well, I'm gonna go take a piss. Okay.
All right. Look him up.
You look up BT. Well, they call it the BTK killer because BTK means bind, torture, kill.
Okay.
So I'm like the bind, torture, kill killer. But that makes sense, but it doesn't. But okay, so it's redundant. BTK killer. Check out his fucking picture. I'm gonna take a piss. I'm listening to you, so don't talk shit about me.
I don't know. I don't know if that looks like me or not. I'm not that bald. I'm not that fat. And my mustache is a lot wider than that.
No, your mustache is pretty fucking spot on with that shit.
I don't know. It looks kind of weird. And I even found the picture that has like his good mustache still before he shaved it in prison.
He had a pretty fucking impressive stash, though.
He did have a pretty good stash.
Like, yeah, you can't really fucking argue that. That's shit.
But you know what I'm talking about when it comes down to like the whole like most killers have that like weird thin pedo mustache. It's like 20 hairs. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, I was fucking with you. Like, I mean, not totally fucking with you, but like, somewhat fucking with you.
I mean, it doesn't surprise me. But I don't know. I think my favorite killer is the weepy voiced killer. That's pretty great.
What the fuck is that? Those some Canadian shit?
No. He's actually Minnesotan, and he killed a bunch of people in Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Illinois.
Who the fuck is this?
And so what he would do is like he would get horrendously drunk out at like a bar. This is like back in the 60s and 70s.
So it sounds like atypical for Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Illinois.
Yeah, so he would get like, absolutely trashed at a bar to the point where like he would black out, and then he would like invite these girls that he would meet at the bar up to his place where he was currently living. And while he was like blackout drunk, he would like have sex with and then murder these women. And then in the morning, he would call the police like distraught.
Oh, I found them. Oh yeah, it's just
no. He'd be like, I got drunk and I killed this woman, and I don't know how I could live with myself, but I'm not gonna turn myself in, but I did it. And then he would hang up and he'd move and like change his name. And he did this like over and over and over again for like 10 years, and then finally they caught him in Chicago. But like the one like good phone call they have of him is he's like, I think he's calling like the Milwaukee Police Department. And he's like, don't talk, just listen. in his like high pitched, like whiny voice.
Yeah.
You know, and you can hear the call on YouTube, and it's like the funniest thing ever. It's like, don't talk, just listen. I ended up killing this woman last night after we got drunk, and I'm so upset I did it, and I'm not turning myself in, and I'm sorry. And
where did he get arrested? Chicago? So
yeah,
Illinois?
Chicago, I think, is where he got picked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but he was tied to all these crimes. Where did he end up serving? Prison time.
I'm not sure where I know that he died in prison in like I
Yeah.
think it was either in the 90s or in like the 2000s. He was in prison for a long time, but
yeah, I'd have to go look at that shit because people like that, like I'm not like obsessed. I don't have this like fetish, but it's kind of interesting.
He's like weird because he didn't know he was doing it. And like when they evaluated him, like mentally evaluated him, even the psychiatrist was like, "No, there's 100% this guy had no idea what he was doing when he was doing all this."
Yeah, but he knew what he had done.
Yeah, but only when he was sober.
Yeah, but here's the thing: is that ties in because here's the thing: when you get drunk, you know this. It's not really you don't change as a person. You're just way more you.
Oh, like, so he died in Oak Park Heights prison.
Minnesota. I've been there. Oak Park. Yeah. That's the max. That's the super max in Minnesota. Yeah, I've been there. That's fucking awesome.
Paul Michael Stephanie, the weepy voiced killer.
Wow. So he died in Oak Park.
Wow. Yeah, he was born in Austin, Minnesota, in 1944, and he died in 1998.
Fucking Austin's where the Spam Museum is.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
There. Great. Yeah.
Sophie and I are gonna go there this year. But yeah, no, it's interesting. Oak Park, so that's hopping a skip for me, and I've actually physically been in Oak Park.
Yeah, that's a gigantic, huge.
It's prison. Not a place you want to end up.
No, that's a prison where they send really, really, really bad people. Like basically everyone who's not on death row, but they can't ever release again, go to Oak Park.
Well, they don't have the death sentence in Minnesota, so it's
exactly.
But everybody who would have the death sentence
from other states there too. People they can't kill basically go to Oak Park.
And yeah, I was there, and it was funny because we were in proximity. Like I literally brushed up against several of the inmates.
Yeah.
And we were in like taking a tour doing that shit, and it wasn't like concentration camp shitty. But it was like, God damn, I would never want to.
Yeah, well, they got the different wings. They got like the max wing, the super max wing, and then there's one part of it that's just a regular prison, like for white collar crimes and stuff.
Well, most of it's the regular prison.
Yeah.
Okay. And so I went to the SHU, the special housing unit, which is solitary confinement. Okay. Yep, that is solitary fucking confinement. And we actually went into one of the cells, and I was just imagining while I was sitting in there, I'm like, holy fuck. Well, these are guys who like assaulted and have killed corrections officers.
Yeah.
These are the guys that like, nope, they're isolated. There's 2 fucking doors in between you and any sort of any human interaction.
There's also a crap ton of domestic terrorists in Oak Park right now. So
yeah, and so I've been there, and I'm glad it exists. Because it makes you feel more secure that the worst people in society, they're not getting out.
No, that thing is.
There's no fucking way they're getting out of it, because I'm not going to go into detail because there's somebody listening here that wants to try and challenge the system. But like, long story short,
Oak Park was built for people that
it took us literally 30 to 45 minutes to get in there.
Yeah.
Into the actual prison.
Yeah. It's to the point where like you couldn't get out with a helicopter.
Actually, you could.
Yeah. Well, they have a helicopter landing spot, but like
But it's outside the. But here's the thing: is like the whole thing is built underground. Okay, so they built out a huge fucking hole. It's a donut shaped fucking facility, right?
Yeah. It's built like an old
if you had a helicopter with like 20 millimeter or cannons on it that kept everybody at bay while you were getting out, sure.
Yeah.
But that's it. Like, because it could come and land in the fucking,
courtyard.
The rec field, the rec yard.
Yeah. Yeah, for the people that aren't violent, but then you're just wasting time.
But no, it was everybody, all the inmates and everything when I was there, they were respectful, and
Yeah.
You could tell they were bad motherfuckers, but they were respectful, and I appreciated that, and I was respectful to them, and
yeah,
it was a good time. But yeah, that was one of those places where it's like,
they're not messing around.
Yeah, just don't fucking.
I haven't gone to go see it yet, but I took a tour of that one here in my city, the one that is like literally a solid granite medieval castle.
Well, you understand that's their sorting facility, basically, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, but that is the fucking.
This place looks like a castle, and it's on purpose. They built it out of solid like granite stone.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing: is like so just north of Oak Park, there's Stillwater Prison.
Yep. Which is also a state-of-the-art supermax prison.
But well, no, it's not a supermax, not at all. It's a medium.
No, they just finished a wing on it for that the other year, I thought.
Nope, they did not. It's a medium security prison. However, that's a medium security prison that you do not want to fucking end up at. It's the old school linear style, so it's got the fucking floors.
Yeah.
And it's the old school granite, like you said, the construction. It's fucking.
Yeah, well, they built it out of like everything. Yeah, granite and wrought iron, and
yeah. And there's a lot of fucking violence there.
Yeah.
Between inmate on corrections officer. There was a corrections officer a couple years ago, literally, who just got stabbed to death there.
Yeah, there was one was it? I think it wasn't it a lady that got stabbed to death?
No, it was a guy. It was a guy.
It was a dude. Okay, yeah.
And he got stabbed, and then other people get stabbed. They get attacked and assaulted and wounded all the time. It's a fucked up place, but so there's Stillwater. I actually had a chance to go on that tour, and something didn't work out. So I wasn't able to go on that tour.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. But Oak Park, I feel fully confident, even if like all the guards died, nobody's getting out of there.
Yeah.
Nobody's getting the fuck out of there. There's no fucking way.
They're good. They're pretty good about that. But like, I took a tour of that old one from like the 30s they built up here in St. Cloud.
Oh yeah.
That one's cool because it's still technically an active.
Well, that was in the 30s. That was hold on.
Part of it is older than other parts of it.
Yeah, it's early 20th century. 1889.
Yeah.
Yep, because that's why it's built that way, is because they were trying to Again, I have a fucking degree in this, which is why I know all this shit.
But it was just cool to see because nothing's like changed in that whole prison in like.
It's been upkept, but the construction, no, it hasn't, because it was done right.
Yeah. Well, it's not like granite's gonna erode away.
No, it's a fucking castle. Like, dude, nobody's getting in or out of there without. But
like when you walk through that big front door they have, that's. Yeah.
Okay. I said without, and then I paused.
But like they don't have anybody that's, like you said, it's a processing center, and the people that are.
But there are people sentenced and actually serve their sentence there too.
Yeah, there is.
In Wisconsin, we
get released on work duty. I know that are technically there and stuff. They're
right, because it's actually a medium security, and well, it's a medium to low.
Yeah. That
wing that they added, I think, was the low where they actually go on work release.
Yeah.
But so we have Dodge Prison in Wisconsin is our equivalent to St. Cloud. Everybody, after you're convicted, you're sentenced past a year and a day.
Yeah.
Bam. You go to Dodge, and then they figure out where to put you. They classify you there, and then you go to. In our state, Waupun State Prison is the supermax that you really don't want to fucking end up at.
Yeah.
Like, you really don't want to go there. But I've been to a couple others that we toured, and they're a lot of them are campus style, which is like they've got buildings and there's always inmates walking around all the time.
Yeah.
Doing their thing. Everybody's got their job. Like, some people do this and that. Some people do that.
Yep. Making license plates at the license plate factory. And
that's a small part of the one prison I went to. I went to that's how I figured out my tabs were going to be a certain color in the next 2 years. And I was like, I should make some money off of this. But no, because I went actually Badger State Industries. It's at Stanley Prison in Stanley, Wisconsin. We went in there and there were inmates making the license plates and the tags.
Yep.
And we were talking to them. We're like, hey, what do you think? And they were optimistic, even though I think it's a little bit
Well, there's a lot of prisons where, this one here in St. Cloud, they just added that whole new job thing too, where they're teaching, because they're putting a lot of drug-related stuff in the St. Cloud one.
Yeah.
First offenders and stuff, and they're like teaching them actual life skills so they get out of prison and they don't go be a drug dealer again right away, you know?
Yeah, they're trying to do that. And that's the thing is, yeah, no, exactly. And here's the thing is, like with Badger State Industries, right? What we were explained to is they're getting paid about, like, they're actually getting paid in prison about 50 cents an hour. And I'm like, what the fuck? Why won't they get paid a normal wage?
Because they're
Well, they're learning a trade and they're also paying restitution.
Yeah.
So a lot of their restitution fees are, I'm not saying it's right. I'm not taking a stance on this.
I mean, there's gives and takes with both of that. Yeah.
It's damn near slave labor.
Yeah.
But it's also
at 50 cents is what makes it not slave labor.
Yeah. But also, like, a lot of people don't know this, but like, so if people haven't, Austin Berry, thank you, by the way. Good show. I guess you could keep going. So I have 2 degrees in criminal justice. The first one is criminal justice corrections. It's an associate's. My second one is criminal justice in general from a 4-year college. And I spent a lot of time doing really cool shit. Like, there was a class that I took where we were literally in a prison in Lino Lakes. I don't know if you know where that prison is. Lino Lake, which is more of a treatment prison than it is a.
Yeah, it's also got a juvenile corrections thing there too. Yeah.
Small part of it, yeah, but like it's a medium security, but it's more of a treatment prison where people get sent to. But anyway, so I took an entire semester of a class there where we met once a week with inmates, and we took the same class together, and we had to do the same work, all that shit. It was due every week, and it was interesting. Like, the first couple weeks, you're sitting there and everybody's on edge, and nobody wants to make waves, and all of a sudden there was a guy that I'm pretty sure he was in there for some serious. I'm pretty sure this guy.
Yeah, pretty rough stuff.
We'll just put it that way. And he was like the guy that he probably could kick the shit out of me, no problem. And me and him got into a disagreement one night over some policy shit of like what we were learning about and stuff. And I was like, well, here, if you think about it this way, and he's like, no, you don't know what you're talking about because you've never been through it. And I'm like, you're right, I haven't, but like, don't you think this makes sense this way?
Yeah.
No, you don't get it. And I'm like, well, you obviously don't fucking get it because, like,
you're in here.
Well, I didn't say that, but like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I'm not gonna be an asshole to somebody. Like, they know they're in fucking prison. They've been in there for 18 years.
Yeah.
But like, I'm like, so you obviously don't understand what the hell this is saying and like why this is important. And then so we got to like you and I get like, we're like, no, you're not fucking getting it.
Yeah, we get like angry about it. Yeah.
And we were screaming about this shit, and it was like we weren't gonna like fucking.
No, it's not like you're gonna throw down, but like, yeah.
But then he gets up and he goes in his chair like this, and I thought he was gonna come after me, and I'm like, but I just kind of held my own. Like, I'm like, okay, well, I guess I just hold him off for a few seconds, and then the fucking CO comes in and breaks it up.
Yeah, get him.
And he's like, you're fucking wrong. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You don't have any fucking experience with it. And I'm like, fine, fuck it. We'll talk about it later. And like, I didn't realize, but at that point after I was like, I'll talk about it later. The entire room was silent.
Yeah.
All of the inmates, all of the fucking college kids that were with me were like,
there was almost a murder here.
And I looked around and we were like,
as you were. Yeah.
All right, well, it's all right, dude. And we shook hands and we're like, all right, yeah, good talk.
We'll talk about it later. Good discussion.
Yeah, and everybody else was kind of like, but we were like fucking yelling, like, because it was like, what the fuck? We don't know how to express this ourselves. Neither one of us did.
Yeah.
And we were just like, whatever. But I'm glad that he got that though, because his reaction was to immediately be violent, and my reaction was to defend against violence, like physical violence.
Yeah.
It didn't happen though.
Exactly.
And that was I hope it was a learning experience for him.
Yeah.
Because we ended up like, that was the only thing, like we ended up talking about it later and we came to common ground. Like it's fucked up, end of story, but there has to be some reason for it, and there is a reason. Here's why, blah, blah. But no, it was great. Yeah, we talked about I was literally the only student that had an actual like confrontation with somebody who was an inmate, because I wasn't necessarily afraid of, because I view them as humans. They're humans because obviously they are.
Well, they are. They're just like everyone else.
And here's the thing is, I still don't know what he did because I didn't ever ask him. He didn't tell me. It doesn't matter. I can surmise that he did some pretty bad shit based on his sentence, the age he was, convicted and all that shit. I still don't know what he did because it wasn't relevant. But the fact that we sat there, and I'm pretty sure he's out now because that was, oh my God, that was already like fucking 4 years ago.
Go talk to him, see if he's doing okay.
I gotta find him first, yeah. But no, I hope that helped him like realize that you can get pissed off, you can get into a heated argument, you don't have to get fucking violent about it. Yeah. No, and you can come back and talk about it later, and be just fine.
Yep.
And so I hope, but it was good because like I was scared. I'm like, this guy's gonna pummel fuck me here in a second.
Kill me, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm gonna have to like try to defend myself and look like a monkey trying to fuck a football in the process.
Yeah.
Like there's no way, but no, it was actually. But anyway, so I took that class in that prison and talked to a lot of people that had different perspectives of life, and they were all in there for, of course, different shit, and the severity level was from
get that one guy for tax evasion and all that.
No, actually, no. These guys were there for they were there for. I didn't hear one of them admit. Well, that's another story for another time. He didn't say that he shouldn't be there. He was just trying to make excuses, and we also came to a really good common ground conversation on that. But no, most of those guys that were there, they should have been there, and they all said that. They're like, yeah.
Yeah, so it's not like Shawshank Redemption where they're not like, I didn't do it. Lawyer fucked me.
Nope. And it's and I was told, like, in confidence, so that's why I don't name names, or nobody's going to be able to draw us back to them. But like, I was told what some of these guys did, and it was like one of those things that you and I could do that in one night, and our whole lives would change. Like a terrible series of decision making, and they end up, they end up there for many years, and rightfully so.
Take much. There's a lot of people where it doesn't take much. So
no, and it's there's everybody.
Yeah.
If you have access to a car and alcohol,
bam, prison.
Well, there's a few more steps in there.
Probably, but
there's a few more steps in there, but but yeah, it was really cool being able to take a class, and it's shitty that I felt like I was the only one that was actually open with these guys.
Well, I mean,
they were all males, so I'm going to say all guys.
Well, I mean, a lot of people are very brainwashed into thinking that those aren't people anymore. Those are felons.
Or they're scary. Like I have to be super nice. And it's like, no, because here's the thing: is when I do see this guy that I got into an argument with, when I do see him somehow, some way, on the street someday, I'm going to be like, hey, dude. If he recognizes me, or if I recognize him, I'll be like, hey, what's up? And we'll both be like, good.
Yeah, and he'll be like, give me a wallet, and stab you 8 times.
No, he won't do that.
No. You never know. Heroin doesn't up to people.
No, I don't think they would. But no, it's like, my dad, he was a small town cop, and God, every fucking time we go out and we'd go out to eat with our friends and stuff. When I was a kid until I was fucking 2 years ago. Even still today, it happens. Oh, hey, how's it going, man? It's like, how you know that guy? Oh, I arrested him for doing this shit and all that shit.
Yeah, forever and a half ago. Yeah, 20 years ago.
I'm like, why the fuck is he so nice to you? He's like, oh, because he said it changed his life and that whatever. Yeah. I'm like, oh my God.
Well, I'm glad there's stories about that, and that cops, because now being a cop's a shitty job.
Well, they ask. And
in today's day and age, it's good that turns somebody's life around rather than ruins somebody's life.
Well, and here's the thing: is we're choosing to focus, or not we. Some people are choosing to focus on
the media.
Well, the ultimate negative part in every. You're right. The media. That's basically. I don't have to say anymore. And it's simply not entirely true. Like, yes, there is a problem. There are bad cops. There are bad doctors. There are bad electricians. There are bad plumbers. There are bad septic fucking tank
bad
pumpers
in this world.
Right. And I mean, it's propaganda. I don't need to go on this whole rant again.
Fear mongering, and
I have a lot of friends who are police officers. Very few of them, I would say, should not be police officers. Most of them are really good at their jobs.
Yeah, the vast majority of police are very good at their jobs.
Yep. And
what is it, like 320 something million police interactions every year?
Something like that. It's between 300 and 320, yeah.
That's like the population of the United States.
Right, and legitimate like police interactions, I've had 3 in my entire life. Legitimate. No, I'm sorry, 5. 5. My bad. Yep.
8.
I forget.
8.
Yeah. But I'm 30 years old, or I'm almost 30.
Yeah.
5 in 30 fucking years?
Yeah.
The rest of them have all just been me hanging out with my friends who happen to be cops. But like that doesn't count.
No, those don't count. They're like
so 5
5
legitimate. Like I got pulled over when I was in high school because I had a fucking taillight out and I got pulled over in my driveway, and then he's like, "Oh, are you your dad's name's Kid?" And I'm like, "Yeah, what's up?" And he goes, "Oh, you have a headlight out, or I'm sorry, a taillight out." And I'm like, "Really? Can I get out of the truck?" He's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Holy shit, I didn't know that. Thank you."
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, we were just talking or whatever. So it was the first one. I guess the first one was stupid. Like just some people called the cops on us that they ended up getting in trouble because they lied, but that doesn't count. And then, okay, my second one was what I just told you. Third one, the fuck was that? Yep. So I got pulled over twice within a year, driving back and forth to Minneapolis. Once was they probably, the state trooper thought I was drunk, and rightfully so. It was windy as shit, and I had a full Saturn SL2, and I was like, it was going to Forest Lake, He pulls me over because one of my brake lights is out. Okay, probable cause. Okay, pulled over. I'm not drunk. I'm fucking fine with my friend. We got a bunch of shit in here, yes, but it's
car's a little off balance. It's windy. Yeah.
Yep. So I gave my license, all that shit, and it was calm. I turned the car off, threw the keys on the dash, whatever, easy breezy. He was nervous at first, and then all of a sudden, and then I think it was last year or just whatever. I was going to play D&D, and one of my taillights was out on the Jeep, and I got pulled over on fucking 36 and English Street in Maplewood, in fucking rush hour, mind you, right?
Yeah.
So I got pulled over, another state trooper, very young guy, and I'm like, oh fuck, and I'm like, my current, like at that point, my fucking window motor didn't work. I'm sorry, on the passenger side.
Yeah.
So it was over on the passenger side, and I'm like, again, it's off. Yeah. Keys are up on the dash, and I was like, hey, my window on that side doesn't work. Is it okay if I open the door? And he backs off, and he's like, yeah. And I'm like, I had my hands up like that, and I open up the door. I'm like, I'm sorry, the motor is fucked. Like, I don't have the money to pay for it right now. And he goes, yeah, your taillight's out. I'm like, okay, I just replaced it. It's not working. All right, whatever. We talked about it. And he's like, okay, you got your license and all that shit. And I gave my registration. He's like, well, I don't need that. And I'm like, okay, I'm from Wisconsin. And so I've got the personalized vet plate. And he like comes back because he's trying to run like the plate number. He's like, what kind of plate is that? I'm like, it's a personalized Wisconsin vet plate. He can't figure it out. So he's probably newer.
Yeah.
Right? He wasn't being an asshole, but he was being very stern. And I know how state patrol is usually in Wisconsin, Minnesota. They're not the people you want to get pulled over by.
No, they're the people that when you hear about a bad cop interaction, it's probably them.
Yep. And so I was just like, and I also at that point, they didn't know this, but I had a shitload of guns in my backpack, like in the back seat that were not cased, they were in my backpack that I was trying to bring down to show my other friends, like, because they were interested in buying guns. And so I'm like, fuck, how do I not get charged with this shit?
Well, most of the time you just tell them, they're like, okay, cool.
Yeah, well, he was newer and he probably would.
Yeah.
But anyway.
He's got something to
prove. Yeah. No, he doesn't have something to prove. He just probably didn't know and he was probably, scared and whatever. So anyway, he goes, I can't get your plate to come back. And I'm like, all right. So if I give you my registration, can you run the VIN? Like, it's on there. He was like, yeah, that'd be great. So I open the glove box. I'm like, there's nothing in here that's going to hurt you. I was like really careful and I gave it to him. He goes back and runs the VIN. You're all good. We have insurance. And I'm like, well, this card's expired, but yes, I have insurance. Like, yes.
Well, they run the number because your policy number doesn't change.
Right,
so,
right.
Yeah.
And he's
they
like,
run the policy number and it comes back
well, he didn't even run it. He just goes, is it current? And I'm like, I promise you it is.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay. And then so he ran to the VIN. He's like, all right, yeah, just get the taillight fixed. I'm going to write you a written warning. I'm like, perfect.
Yep. I get it.
Then,
basically, yeah.
Yep. And then, and then after that, the other incident happened, which I'll make a video on. I'll make a video on at some point later on. Sure. Kind of explain the bullshit about that. So yeah, the 5 interactions
in that video, if possible.
What?
I'd like to be a guest on that video if possible.
Well, you'll be present in that video.
Perfect.
So present, but yeah. So that's the 5 interactions I've had with cops my whole life. A couple of them were like, even for me, I was like, okay, shit. You know, it's like it's not comfortable getting pulled over no matter what fucking color you are. And I didn't know what color any of these cops were. I'm just like,
yeah,
shit, I got pulled over. Like, or I'm dealing with these cops right now. And like, oh, fuck. Like, it doesn't matter. It's just like, okay. And you can tell they're nervous as shit when they first get up to you. And it's like, all right. Yes, my hands are here. We're good. And so that's when I hear certain people saying that. I mean, I'm sure some people get treated differently by cops just in certain areas because of bullshit. I don't think it's the norm, though. I would disagree with the fact that it's the norm.
Cops are pretty good people,
but they're also scared, and I would be scared if I was a cop.
Everyone's scared. You have a literal authority coming up to you. You know.
Well, no, but if I was a cop, I'd be scared too of everyone.
Well, yeah, you never know what these people are going to have.
Well, on a traffic stop, you see how many of those go from like 0 to
fine to shitstorm.
You're done. Like you're fucking shot. Yeah.
But at least you got a lot more cooler interactions than I do. Like I've got 2 that are actually like I got a speeding ticket because I was speeding, but it was bullshit.
Yeah.
So I was doing 34 and a 30. Like 10 feet after the speed limit sign pulled me over.
Well, technically you were speeding, but
I was speeding, and like technically I'm like I was coasting down because I didn't want to press the brake, but it's like whatever.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I mean, it's still fucking dumb.
Yeah, and then it was the best part is because like in Minnesota they give you a speeding ticket based on like how far over the speed limit you were. It was like an $11 ticket. It was like go F yourself, you know.
Well, dude, in North Dakota, they give you a ticket based on how many miles per hour over the speed limit you were going. So if you were going 34 over, you would be charged $4.
Okay.
If it was a 55 and you're going 12 over, you'd be charged $12.
That's but like,
isn't that fucking insane?
Yeah, it's like percentage based though.
Yeah.
So like, I was 4 miles over times whatever the percent was, and it was like 11 or like 50.
Yeah, they have
like
a matrix.
Nothing. It was an inconvenience, and they're like, he gave it to me, and he's like, you can go online and pay it, you know, at this date, and then it didn't get into the system until like 2 days before the payment was due. So I'm like checking it every day just to like pay it, you know, so I don't have to go to court because they're like, if you miss paying it by the date, you got to go to court.
Right.
And they get it in 2 days before the day I have to pay, so I paid it right away. And then most of my times, it's like now that I have the CDL, I just get pulled over for DOT inspections.
Oh, those suck.
But like, yeah, and I
mean, it's not that bad though, right? Like, unless you've got shit that's fucked up.
If I have no time, I'm just like, do the whatever, you know, check it out real quick and we could get on our way in 15 minutes. But if I have plenty of time in the day, I was like, just do the full on thing so I could get the little sticker in the bottom of the windshield.
Yep.
Yeah, and then I don't have to worry about it because then when I get pulled over for DOT inspection again, I just go, no, I got the sticker from like a month ago, so I'm good to go.
Yep.
So
it's still fucking dumb that should exist, but
yeah. But like, here's the thing. My vehicle technically doesn't even need to be registered with the DOT because it doesn't meet the axle weight requirements to be registered with the DOT, but it is because it's a commercial vehicle, and sometimes I might have to cross state lines.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, that's the thing, but like, my point is, the vast majority of law enforcement are not assholes or cunts.
No, most of them are pretty good people. I've never had like a bad interaction where the cop was like a dick on purpose.
No, it could be tense.
So,
because
even when I got that effed up speeding ticket, the cop was nice about it, and I know I was technically in the wrong. I know it was that time of the year where he probably just had to get like a certain amount of citations.
He also might have been doing a traffic shift.
Yeah.
We're like, that's the goal is.
Yeah. So like I got it, and I technically was in the wrong. So like I could have been real upset about it, but it's like,
you could have also gone to court and fought it for the $11 ticket.
Yeah, and the judge probably would have been like, "Really, 4 miles an hour over? Just
you're fine. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, slow down.
Yeah, So,
but yeah, I mean, so you have to show up and all shit. Like,
yeah,
that's the thing is, I mean, I want the shitty cops to be removed from the profession.
Yeah, but like,
just why I want. I was literally just gonna say, I want shitty doctors removed. I want shitty teachers removed. You know what all three of those fucking professions have in common? Unions.
Yeah.
Who protect shitty fucking people.
That's right.
I'll leave it at that. I'm not going to go any further into that.
But they also protect a lot of good people, though, too.
Good people don't necessarily need to be protected as much.
No, they really don't need to be protected as much, but...
And there's other ways to protect good people.
There is.
Than fucking unions, so...
Yeah.
But anyway, that's all I'm going to say about that. We're done with that shit, like the politics and police. I really wish this shit would settle down and whatever, but
it will eventually. So
again, did I show this on the stream yet? Because I technically can. So how many of you fuckers that are watching this know what this stamp and all this shit means?
I do.
It was sweet. It was in the fucking original wrapping too, and I'm like, oh god.
There you go.
Must have.
That's right.
Have to get another fucking G3 though.
Now you're gonna have to get another G3, yeah.
Might get one with the fucking rail on it and post some.
That'd be sweet. Yeah.
Good shit. Like, like put some good optics on that fucking bitch.
There you go.
With a long eye relief.
New deer hunting rifle. Take the G3 out.
Oh no. Well, maybe.
That'd be cool. You see in the picture, like how the hunters like always lean the rifle up against their deer when they're holding it, just like the scope on it. That'd be fantastic.
Dude, I wish they made a fucking bolt action rifle that took G3 mags. Like a 308 bolt action rifle. There aren't any. Don't try and fucking don't try and even think about it.
No, I was thinking about. I know there's a bolt action rifle that takes AK mags and it shoots AK rounds, but.
No, it doesn't take AK mags. It shoots the 7.6239. The Ruger All American or whatever that's in 7.6239.
No, it's an American rifle, but there's a company in Australia that made them, and they take legit. This is before all their gun stuff, but they made legitimate. They took legitimate 30-round AK mags, and
beautiful.
Yeah, it's an SMLE actually. So imagine an SMLE with a short bolt throw and a 30-round magazine.
With a fucking lower powered cartridge, half powered cartridge.
So you could really crank off that magazine.
God damn, I want one immediately.
Yeah. So, well, apparently that company went under in like 94 or 95.
No.
So, but they're still around, and the best place you can see one on YouTube is Bloke on the Range has one. And he shoots it.
That guy, I have mixed emotions about him. He fucking annoys the shit out of me, but he's got really good information. There is a lot of
videos that annoy the shit out of me too.
But he's got really good info, but he's just like, I don't know why. I just think
he's a very boring personality.
Well, British people in general, especially living in Switzerland, I guess I get fucking pissed off and annoyed at the British accent talking about shit that they don't have access to in England or Britain. But they go to Switzerland. Yeah. But he still doesn't have access to everything we fucking have, which is...
No.
But he does know his shit. I'll give him that. Like, he
Yeah.
does know his shit. Like, he does his research, and he's
a great source of information.
I think it's just I think if we ever met in person, I just want to, like, have a Duke fest for about 30 seconds. Just pound the fucking piss out of each other. He'd probably win.
And he's one of the, like, stick figure guys, though. He's so
right. Well, he's a soy boy. But
Yeah.
here's the thing: is they can still kick my ass because I'm a teddy bear. Like,
yeah,
I don't like to fight. I mean, I guess I will, but if I'm not trying to kill somebody actively, I'm pretty sure I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd feel bad. But he's one of those people I just want to, like, fucking just duke it out for 30 seconds. We get up, wipe the blood off, and we go, all right, we're good. I don't know why. It strikes me as that personality. I'm probably totally wrong. Yes, he has good videos, but it just fucking annoys me that shit. So come to the U.S. You made it to Switzerland.
I think he did do, for your information, though, you should watch his Mad Minute video with that little rifle.
I did.
With the 39 SMLE?
Oh, no, I thought he did. I know he did. He did the Mad Minute with the regular one, right?
He did it with, like, a number 1 Mark III, a P14,
yes.
a Mosin.
Well, the number 1 Mark III is the original. Yeah. And that's the one that I watched of him years ago. And I'm like, okay, cool. But he's really cocky about it.
Yeah, he's that very British, like, pompous, I'm better than you condescending.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's why, again, I want to, maybe I'd pound the piss out of him for 30 seconds as an American and just be like, all right, bud, you're going to wipe your blood off. All right, let's get up. We're good to go. Let's go.
We're going to go get a $1 cheeseburger now.
Yeah, get you a fucking pint. We'll clean the blood off, get you a pint, and we'll talk this out. Yeah. But that's what it's going to take for me to fucking deal with him, I guess.
No, I think
it's so primitive. It's so fucking stupid. I don't know why I have that reaction to this guy. But
I'd feel like he'd be sweet to meet. I'd like to talk to him about lots of stuff. We could nerd out for a bit.
Well, then why don't you fucking reach out to him? We'll get him on a stream.
I have talked to him quite a few times. He's pretty cool. Just like Rob from British Muzzleloaders, I've talked to him quite a few times too. He's also pretty cool.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I was just thinking. I was like, is that another person that, like, knows a certain somebody who may have done a certain thing to us? And I'm like, no, different outfit.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's funny, you know exactly what I'm talking about. No, it's not the same. Yeah, that's fine. I don't have any problem with them. There's a bloke in the range is like,
yeah, it's just his personality. That's the only thing that I have.
Fucking, like, his face. Like, here's the thing: is I'm not a violent person at all. Like, it seems like it because I like like war history, military history, and I like shooting guns, and I like doing all that shit. But I'm not a violent person. But it's just like. Fucking Christ.
I don't see what your problem is.
I don't know either.
I don't know
either.
Like, for me, is like his personality is like a lot of those British people that are too smart for their own.
And I don't like a lot of British fucking. Because here's the thing: it's probably a projection thing. Is that I do the same shit.
Yeah.
That he does, but he does it with a fucking accent. And according to me, like, because I'm an actual American, like, born and fucking raised here. That it just fucking does not ruminate well with me because the last time we gave a fuck about what any British cunt thought was July 3rd, 1776.
I thought it was the War of 1812.
Gave a fuck what they thought.
Fair. They thought about invading the U.S.
Yeah, they tried and unsuccessfully did that the first time. They tried and unsuccessfully did it the second time.
Fair.
Yes, I know the fucking history, Devin.
I know.
You don't have to try and fucking rub that in. I don't know why. Again, I don't know. Like, he doesn't do anything wrong. He's just He's so fucking British, but he's living in Switzerland. That's probably the thing is I'm jealous of him.
Yeah. I'd love to live in Switzerland and have all the guns that he has and all that other.
But well, he doesn't have a G3 or an FAL or a fucking,
He has an FAL.
Is it not restricted?
I think he's got all the permits for it. So.
Well, okay. My permit was fill up the 4473.
There you go. Like, no, Switzerland's got those weird gun laws for everything that's not Swiss-based.
Dude, the best gun laws in Europe apparently now that they passed it are in Czech Republic.
Yeah.
Where they basically got like a mirror to our Second Amendment.
Yeah.
But it's just recent, but it's like, so how is that going to work? But no, I applaud them. Fucking A.
Yeah. Yeah. More power.
You have the right to. You have the fucking right to defend yourself with any firearm you deem necessary. And Czech Republic makes a lot of good guns.
Yeah, they do. I mean, so much so that the Soviet Union didn't force them to make Soviet bloc weapons.
And I have a shitload of Czech guns. Like, oh yeah, they're good shit. But
yeah.
No, that's great. That's a fucking win for Europe in general. But like, fuck the EU. Like,
yeah,
because the EU, I'm sure the EU now is going to be like, well, and the UN. Like,
yeah.
Well, it's like, well, gun crime is like insanely low. Violent crime in general in Czech Republic or Czechia, whatever the fuck you want to call it, is insanely low because, and in Poland it's insanely low because they have gun ownership.
Yeah.
And they have like, I think it was it in Poland because I had a guy from Belgium that came into my shop when I had it last year. And we shot the shit for about an hour. And he was saying that when he goes to train, he goes to Poland or it was one of the Baltic states, Lithuania, Estonia, or Latvia. Might have been all three.
Yeah.
And at that point, that was like the places that you trained with guns and all that shit. And
because they had not as strict laws.
Right. And they loved guns. You go out and fucking, okay. I mean, it's still not as good as the US because they had to get cleared and all that shit. It's like, no, go out and train with your fucking guns. Do it.
True. Well, it used to be Switzerland until Switzerland caved into the EU gun regulations.
See, that's what irritates me about Switzerland and Austria is they claim to be neutral, okay, but they're part of the EU.
Yeah.
That does not sit well with me.
Well, from what I understand, in Switzerland, they had the choice of approving that European Union referendum in Switzerland or not. And they actually had a vote on it in Switzerland, a popular vote. Because here's the thing, Switzerland had like trade agreements and like open border policies with other countries. And if they wouldn't have accepted that referendum, those open border policies and like travel restrictions and stuff would have been a lot harsher.
Which should have been their first fucking clue. The EU was terrible.
Yeah, but like they still popular voted. Like the people of
I know, and I get that, but like
rather have the open borders than the gun.
But that's the difference in like the culture, I think. Well,
yeah,
back then. Well, no, actually, now fuck it. I'll say that confidently. In the U.S.,
well, this was in like 2018. So
no, that wasn't the recent vote about the gun control thing, and it actually passed. Like they actually have more gun control now because it's like a popular vote.
2018, yeah, when they
that was last year. That was last year.
Yeah, when they accepted the EU regulations, it wasn't too long ago.
That was last year, yeah.
Yeah.
But so I'm saying like to become part of the EU as in general, it's like that's a fucking problem.
Yeah. And Switzerland was like one of the only Western European nations that wasn't a part of the EU for a long time.
Right, but Austria has been, fucking, what the hell is the word? Neutral, eternally neutral. I forgot the German words, I'm sorry. Since 1958, right? When they voted for it and they ratified it. But they, as soon as the EU, bam, yep, we're part of it. It's like, well, then you're not neutral. You're not.
No. You have to take
militarily, perhaps.
Policies, yeah.
Yeah, militarily, perhaps. But what happens when a fucking war breaks out and you're not getting the money and the trade and you're just going to let yourself starve because you're eternally neutral?
Well, it was probably one of those things where they did just like Switzerland. They voted on it, and the people are like, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about like how it actually came to be. I'm talking about like you're not actually fucking neutral then.
No, the European Union
took a stance.
a new spin on those treaties that everyone had pre-World War I.
Right, exactly.
So
that's what I mean. It's like it's fucked
instead
up.
of fucking one person, it fucks everybody.
Right, and that's the thing that like bothers me about that. Is like I would love for Switzerland and Austria now to be completely fucking neutral, not part of the EU.
Yeah,
do their own thing. I mean, the Swiss franc, they take the euro there, I guess, because they're so close, but their national currency is still the franc. Right. And that's why it's worth as much, if not more, than the euro on a daily basis. Austria, nope, we're going to do the euro. Well, it's like, okay, then you're not technically fucking independent and neutral.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry. They never said they were independent. They never said that.
Yeah.
They said they were neutral. That's militarily. But, like, again, when you're in this fucking system, it's going to be hard to remain neutral when you have no money and you're fucking bankrupt.
Pretty much.
You know, and that's the thing is, like, I don't understand we could borrow money, from another fucking, borrow money from Switzerland. Yep.
Yeah, they got lots of drug lord money.
Well, Switzerland's got a lot of fucking dirty money. Again, we talked about this last week.
They'll give out loans for high interest.
And, I mean, nobody's innocent. Here's the thing is people fucking suck. I don't care what country you reside in, what color you are, what fucking your face looks like, a tall you are, short you are, fat, skinny, fucking whatever. People, human beings, suck.
We're terrible creatures, yeah.
So there are some people who have the Swiss. Well, they're neutral, so they're good at no. Do you know how much death they directly contributed to?
Yeah, they're people basically when it comes down to it, they use neutrality as a guise for basically holding all of the cards.
And also contributing and funding death.
Yeah,
they don't directly do it. They don't directly do it because their military is neutral.
Yeah.
But I mean, same with Austria, right?
Yeah,
all these other neutral countries. Yeah.
Stacking the deck.
And it's like, what the fuck? People are just shitty. Like, people suck.
Hey, it's worked out for them. So I mean,
but here's the thing: is you can be neutral all you want, but when the time comes, it's like, hey, where's our money, man?
Yeah.
Well, we don't have it. Like, well, who's going to defend you because you're neutral? Well,
well, who's going to defend them? Everyone else whose money they own?
No, I'm talking the Austrians.
Oh, the Austrians, yeah, they're pretty much effed.
Yeah, they're dumb.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree. Like, it's good to be neutral militarily because I think we should be fucking neutral militarily.
Yeah, or I'd say at least defensive, not.
Which, in my opinion, is neutral.
Yeah.
At this current point in time, it's like, to be neutral means I'm just going to defend against threats, which is, it's oddly enough in the oath that I took and the police take and all that shit.
Not to mention in the literal name of Department of Defense.
Defense, right now. In our oath, it's like, I will defend the Constitution of the United States against all threats, foreign and domestic.
Yeah.
I will defend. I will not go out and be offensive and whatever.
Yeah.
And so it's just weird how, like, anyway,
so aggressive now for some
that's some like international politics we just got in.
It just reminds me of like Ben Shapiro, you know, when they were like questioning him when that woman was like, so where does it say that girls can't be in the Boy Scouts? And he goes, in the name Boy Scouts.
Well, see, Ben Shapiro annoys the fuck out of me for a lot of reasons, but there are times where I'm like, fucking nailed it, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking nailed it.
True.
Yeah. Where does it say, in the name Boy Scouts?
Yeah. That was like the best put down. But like, to be fair though, the US is like the only one that has Scouts segregated.
Okay, I don't know enough about it, but like, back before they were Girl Scouts. Holy fuck!
Yeah, we got a lot of money there from Chris.
Jesus,
you have
thanks,
anything you
man.
want to ask Chris since you're giving us that much money, or are you just doing it out of the kindness of your heart?
Yeah, because we're about to wrap it up anyway, so I guess we can start. Yeah, we can start taking super chats. Like, yeah, Chris, holy shit. Is this a glitch? What's going on, dude? Are you all right?
Well, that's a lot of damn money. Well, thanks, Chris. We appreciate it. That's a lot of fucking money. Holy
God
crap.
bless you too, man. Like, holy shit.
Yeah. Yeah. That's dinner for both of us right there.
Which we'll use it for. Like, yeah, we're gonna be making some thanks a lot, Chris. We're gonna be making some Devin's got some vacation time coming up in a few weeks, and we're gonna be making a bunch of ballistic test videos. And I mean, those are obviously demonetized by YouTube immediately because I don't know why. I guess
shooting guns at stuff on camera
for educational purposes that teach us and you guys what certain helmets can. But anyway, yeah, so that's why like super chats and like Patreon for both of our channels helps out with that because these helmets actually do cost money. But we also choose
ammo and it buys gas to get there and all that other good stuff.
Chris said it's not for Devin.
I don't see that.
It's not for you, Devin.
Oh, god
fucker.
Damn. I suppose I can't touch it anyways.
No. Oh, hey, Devin. By the way, we're going to be adding, I managed to track some down like we were talking about the other night. We are going to be adding 32 ACP to the ballistic tests.
Yes. I love
so. Yep. Yeah, me too. But it's like we're going to be adding that because now we got the means.
Yep.
So.
I'm all for it.
Barry, why'd you say it's just a joke? God, he would have fucking believed it. Like, just.
Yeah, you heard my. And Chris, stop giving us money. God damn it.
All right, Chris, that's perfectly fucking fine. Like.
Yeah, but you got to let some of these other cheap fuckers pay some money. Like, come on now.
Jesus, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Chris, just ask a question or like.
Yeah. What do you, or if you want to see something, or what do you want to do? Like, what do you want? So.
this asshole Gap Ray Elon or whatever, Elon Musk. Chris, don't be cheap. Drop another. He's already fucking dropped more than I think we've ever had in super
more
chat.
Than the rest of you combined.
The rest of super chats and our little history of doing these things combined.
He's
holy shit,
an F ton of money. I mean, well, he's giving YouTube 55% of it, but
I'll take off my fucking shirt if he fucking wants me to. I don't give a flying fuck. He's donated enough to. But here's the thing: is I don't want him to do a chargeback tomorrow, because if I take off my shirt and you guys see shit that like people pay thousands for,
that's
and he
true.
does a chargeback. I mean, that's gonna suck, right?
Yeah.
Especially at the end of a fucking stream.
Yeah, that's giving the goods away for free, you know. Then that's like those people that like you go do a bunch of stuff and they're like, I'm not paying you because we didn't shake on it. Oh, and then Austin Berry coming in again.
Oh fuck, we've got a super chat war going on.
Yeah.
Motherfuck.
Battle for my affection.
Wow. This okay, yeah.
Do you guys want anything or want to? Honestly, you want to see anything? Do you have any questions you want to ask?
We're gonna. You want to see me do a dance, a little Leahy dance? Well, I call this one a wraparound.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much, though. Like, we're definitely soon. You guys are gonna see some ballistic tests that are gonna be fucking awesome.
For sure.
Yeah, I'm actually. God, like fucking.
It's a lot of fucking money.
Well, don't like commit fraud, Barry. Like,
yeah,
don't do that shit. Not condoning that at all. grab some water. I'm going to the bath. Oh,
Chris,
for fuck's sake, Chris.
Money.
Dude, it's got to be a glitch.
I don't think
it's
so.
It's all real. Dude, if you want surplus shit, like, go to my site. You can actually, like...
True. You've given like $100 now. You could get something.
Jesus.
Yeah. I wish we could keep all of it, but I know YouTube's going to take $50 of this, so...
Do an episode on World War II, German World War II helmets?
Well, you got to do an episode with your book and stuff too. That'd be cool.
Oh yeah, we should because I've got the M35. I actually don't have an original M40. You got one of those Finnish ones, but I mean it is what it is. But I got two M42s.
I had an original M40, but I sold it for a lot of money. So
do a video of the 500 Magnum. Well, I would, but that fucking gun is $1,600 to buy.
$1,600, and then not to mention like $3 a round.
Yeah, I mean, someday perhaps.
Yeah.
But like for now, Chris, like what your shit's gonna fund is like helmet ballistic test, which is a really expensive thing. And I actually might get some body armor. I might actually grab one of those Polish flak vests that I sell.
Shoot, yeah.
Yeah, with the steel plates, and just like I might grab a couple just to see like what the Kevlar padding will stop.
Yeah.
And then the steel plates, like all that shit. Like this will actually help out, like the $100.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can definitely like, that'll definitely offset the cost quite a bit. We'll see, Devin. I'll punch you in the penis. How about I take you out for a nice steak dinner?
Yeah, well, I'm saying YouTube gets 55% of the super chats, so. Yeah. That's not money for me. Like if we split it, we'd each get 25, and YouTube.
No, it's actually about 75%. I've noticed.
Really?
Yeah, on average, it's like it's
an absolute F ton of super chats. It's not even funny.
Yeah, and then another way if you want to support Chris and want to be cheaper, Patreon for both of us who both got it. I think mine is in the description, and then Devin's is.
Mine's literally just Devin K, one word, and the D and the K are capitalized.
And that's cool too. Like Patreon has allowed me to buy a bunch of cool guns. Now I got some ammo for them, and I'm going to be doing some videos. I just had to get a camera operator, so it wasn't just me, like certain other YouTubers. All right, we got the goon on the air out here today, and then you see this, the whole video. Let's go down and see how we did. Yeah, it's like you see fucking holes on a target. It's like, oh, good job. Like, no, I'm actually gonna I'll do that just to make sure the fucking rifle's on, and then we'll do some cool shooting with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, the super chats and all that shit, Patreon, all that shit, it allows us to get like we can do videos without having support. That's fine. We're very limited.
Take longer to do.
Right, and they're very limited, and it's like whatever. But with support from like crowdfunding and like live streams like this, it's like I can get fucking 100 rounds of 303 ammo like that and make a video on it,
I wish. I don't get money like that.
You also haven't been doing it quite as long as some.
No, I haven't. I haven't even had a Patreon account for a year yet. So.
Right, and who told you to get one? It was this fat fuck. I remember that.
Well, I told you comments to start one up before you told me to do it. So.
I know, but I actually push you over the edge. And I'm like, dude, it's a fucking. You should do it. Like,
yeah, it doesn't.
When we were moving the store, remember?
So yeah.
Right. Yeah, when we were moving the store, I was like, you need to get a fucking Patreon. Like,
yeah,
for sure.
I wish I had enough money like you do to buy 100. I could buy one box of 303 ammo right now if I wanted to.
It's still better than having enough money to not buy a box.
That's true, but a lot of the people that did donate to my Patreon did it for the sole purpose of buying SMLE parts. So after it's done, I'm gonna take that to recoup.
Oh, that's gonna be awesome. That'll be a fucking sweet bit, like we were talking about. Like,
yeah,
having once we zero them and make sure they're on.
Yep.
Having us both just fucking say, hey, take
just to
50.
show the differences between a 3 and a Mark III star, because that's still a lot of people don't know the actual difference, but
Right, and you've got the mag cut off and the volley sights and all that shit.
Yeah.
So the harmonics are going to be a little bit different, but not that much at the range will probably shoot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, I think we can make some really fucking cool videos of just us both
awesome content, and the money all helps
shooting.
that, so.
Yeah, no, like it seriously does. I have some stuff coming that this will really help out with. You guys will see that, and Chris, I fucking really appreciate that shit. And Austin, yeah. No problem, Austin. Yeah. It's all right. And you're on the Discord, right, Austin? Like, definitely fucking should be.
True.
But what fuck is that, Austin? I totally forgot. Is it the Austin that?
Yeah, Austin Berry and Barry Redding are two different people.
No, but like, is it the Austin that told me to get this fucking book?
Maybe.
I mean, Austin's a common name. I can't keep track of it. I mean, it's a good problem to have. I've got so many fucking patrons now that I can't keep track of who's actually on the fucking like server. No, dude, again, fucking 8 years of this shit.
Yeah, true. Hey, so for the amount of years you've been doing it, that's my amount of patrons.
That's good, though.
That is pretty good.
That's really good. No, we'll be all right. What the fuck was I gonna say? The shit that I have coming. Well, you'll probably think it's gay, but
what do you mean? I like most of your stuff.
Well, it's something that may be able to be fed with this kind of shit.
What would be so bad about that? Why would I think that's gay?
Because I shouldn't have bought it.
Well, that doesn't mean I'm going to think it's gay. I'm glad you're spending the money on it, not me.
Right.
So, you know, it's your money. You do whatever you want with it. So.
Yeah, it's.
Hey,
I've been working.
Can't buy happiness,
dude. I've been working my balls off. Like, thanks to all the fucking new customers.
Yeah,
holy shit, has been
working way hard.
Dude, it's been like amazing. Like, that's the thing is like that's why I'm able to keep going. Is like this is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
There's so many new people, and but so it is Austin.
It is Austin.
Fucking A. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Jesus. Yeah. You telling me to get this book was a fucking great thing. And then Zachary, the G3 ammo pouches, the web gear. Yeah, the G3 is such a fucking underrated weapon. Like, I'd like the FAL better, but like for arming a bunch of people, and these fucking magazines are so affordable and they're so built tough. And again, 7.62 NATO and 308. So common.
And unlike the FAL, there's a lot of stamp parts that go into the G3. They're easy to make.
And it's lighter. I think it's lighter, is it not?
Probably. It wouldn't surprise me. A lot of FALs are quite heavy. They're very dense. Yeah,
you need to do some little bit of work. We have to, dude, because here's the thing is I want to make a video on us building the FALs.
Yeah, and I definitely got to do that, but money.
I know. And I think because that's why I'm not giving out the source. I'm sorry, guys, but like,
because like I work hard now, but Bill's got to be first. You know what I mean?
Oh no, I get that.
So,
dude, literally, like, I treated myself for a little bit, and I usually would be like just going nuts right now. With all the money that I've made, I'm also saving a shitload for more inventory. So
yeah, obviously,
don't worry about that. But with all the money that I made, I'm paying off a lot of shit. So
that's my goal. Eventually, as I pay stuff off, I'm going to get more money. But the Patreons and the YouTube ad revenue, now that it's kind of come back, helps a lot for that.
Yeah, for sure.
Like I said, $100 a month is the goal. Anything more than that's just gravy. If I could get $100 a month, that'd be sweet. I can't type it into the comments, but Mike can if he wants to. Austin's looking for my Patreon.
So your Patreon, yeah, it's just Devin K.
Yep, but like D is the capital and K is capital, so no spaces or anything.
Holy shit! So I'm using DuckDuckGo because Google is fucking stupid.
Yeah,
there's like I type in Devin K on DuckDuckGo or like the first 3 fucking videos. It's awesome. Shooting the breeze, Friday night shite. Jesus.
People come for the stash. It's like I could just send you the link and then you could put it in there.
Yeah, just send me the fucking link. I can't find it because we've made so many goddamn videos.
Yeah, fair.
Hurry up.
It's
waiting on you.
It's loading.
Hurry up. Waiting on you.
We're going. We're doing it. We're doing it.
Hurry up.
We're doing it, Mike, okay?
Waiting on you.
We're doing it. We're loading.
Hurry the fuck up, Devin. Fucking, we're not being like slow Canadian fucks tonight. You seriously can't post anything in the fucking chat?
No, it only lets you do that.
Well, then how the fuck is everyone else posting comments?
I don't know. All right, here it comes.
That's what she said.
I mean, I could fire that back at you, but
That's
I don't
also
really
what she
know
said.
if that is what your girlfriend or that is what your mom or that is what your sister or any combination of all three said.
Any combination of all three, I wouldn't care because I could pick apart why that's your problem and not mine.
That's true. That's true. There we go. Bam.
Shit.
That's it. Post it.
Is creating history videos.
That's me.
Jeez, he's only got 10 patrons. Get him up to fucking at least 15 tonight. I'll post it. Okay,
trying, Mike.
Dude,
I'm trying.
I'm gonna post this. I'm gonna post this shit. Money. Dude, $1 a month because he's small time, right? He's small time. He's like
a month is all I'm asking for.
He's like a satellite channel. He's like a satellite channel of me. He's not quite as good. You know, he's not quite as graceful. He's got his fucking nasty little chair that he makes videos on. So give him a better chair. $1 a month.
Yeah.
Devin polar bears. Okay. What the fuck kind of bullshit is that?
I'm surprised you just noticed it now. It's 2 hours.
I didn't just notice it. I just started caring.
Polar bears? Question mark.
Who the fuck asked if there were polar bears?
No, that doesn't mean that there is polar bears. It could be anything. Question mark.
Polar bears? FAL with 30-round magazine. Nonstop.
There you go. Question answered. But that not everyone might have the same question when they see that.
Polar bears, any kind of bear scares the shit out of me. So yeah, I'm going to use a fucking FAL with a 30-round fucking magazine.
I'm not necessarily a fan, but lots of people are for some reason.
Oh, they're so cute. Go up to them.
Yeah.
Try to pet the fucking polar bear.
See one of them that's not at the zoo, and then tell me what you feel about that.
Yep.
So,
no, that's the thing. Is like I think like so for the northern shit. Like I was talking about a couple of weeks ago, is like that whole idea that I want like a bachelor's party up in northern Alaska, right?
Yeah, there's polar
bears. It'd be fucking awesome. But you would think an FAL would be okay, right?
Yeah, I mean, depending on how far north we're talking and what time of the year.
No, but I mean, one guy out of like a group of 5 having an FAL.
Yeah, but once again, it depends on what time of the year and where we are.
Yeah, but also a guy having a fucking like 300 Winchester Magnum or a 303, like a long range fucking.
But
like,
you're forgetting about something that a lot of countries tested, and a lot of guns don't necessarily work in the Arctic because cold.
Yeah.
So like there's a reason why the Canadian Rangers didn't get C1A1s. Because they don't work in the Arctic because they require lubricant to work and they freeze up.
Right. Okay, so I'm saying with like the bigger ones is if you use antifreeze, and we can talk about the semi-autos. But if so took a fucking M39 or a fucking number 4 Mark 1. One guy had a fucking rifle, like a full powered fucking rifle.
Yeah.
And then one guy had an FAL or a G3, which they never actually tested to my knowledge, right?
What?
They didn't test the G3. They just tested the fucking FAL platform, right?
No, they tested an FAL when they did the tests for what they were going to replace the number 1 Mark IV with, the number 4 Mark 1. Sorry. They tested Remington 700s. They tested a couple different ARs. They tested an FAL. They tested some French gun. I forget what it was. They tested like 6 or 7 different things, and then they tested the Tikka T3X Arctic, which is ultimately what they adopted as the C19.
Right. So they never tested a G3 to your knowledge.
No, but they specifically wanted a gun that would run without lubricant. A lot of the guns that they were just testing were controls. Like the FAL was a control. That was a gun they tested before, and it didn't perform well. But they expected it to not perform well. Again, they wanted it to be control. The C19 is made out of very, very, very finely machined stainless steel. It doesn't need lubricant to run. So it runs fine in the Arctic. That was a requirement. So, and that's why if you want to go buy a Tikka T3X Arctic, they're like $1,500.
Yeah, no.
Gated rifle or an especially nice rifle.
They're so just, okay, yeah. What I'm saying is, I know a lot of bolt guns are okay in the winter. Okay, yeah. That's the thing is a lot of bolt guns.
They don't really need lubricant to run.
Correct, and the thing like the Mosin Nagant being one of them. You don't need lubricant. It's nice to have it, but you don't need it.
Yeah, that's why the Russians kept them for the northern
and the Finns.
A long time. Yeah.
The Finns, like the action in the fucking magazine and the receiver were all mostly Russian.
Yeah.
You know, and they made the barrels and the stocks and all shit. So, but anyway, so the Mosin's fine. Because I personally know of somebody who lives in northern Alaska who uses a M39 with surplus ammo to harvest caribou, and they do it.
Yep.
They can hit them at 1,200 yards of open sights. It's amazing. So, almost threw up.
Yeah, but like the AR didn't do good.
I wouldn't even imagine an AK would because it's got shit that can get frozen on it.
Yeah. So like anything that requires that lubricant doesn't work super great.
But what about like something
like to be run dry?
Right. So. What about something like an SKS?
I'm not sure on that, but like Canada tested a bunch of different guns and they wanted something specifically you don't need lubricant to run.
Which would be a lot of bolt.
Something that can be taken apart with gloved hands. Doesn't have a lot of small parts, obviously.
A lot of bolt actions then.
Yeah. So.
Because like I'm thinking like because, I mean here's the thing is like in a party here's what I was thinking right. No, I'm not fighting Taco Bell. I'm fighting. I usually don't eat sugar at all, and I had a whole fucking pint of chocolate sea salt caramel vanilla ice cream. And awesome. usually I just have like a couple spoonfuls. I ate a whole fucking pint tonight, which is I haven't done that in years.
Yeah.
And the burps are okay, but it's just my body's going.
Ice cream when I quit sugar, and I want it real bad.
And my body's just like, what the fuck are you doing? So kind of freaking out. But no, so bolt actions, a lot of those. But the SKS, well,
I mean, there's
if you have
a reason why they used the number 4 for so long.
No, I get that. I totally get that. And I'm just looking at my collection personally. Like my semi-autos.
How far north you want to go, that's gonna limit because like here's the thing: a lot of modern hunting rifles actually require a pretty decent amount of lube to run. So, depending on which one it is, but like,
Well, but here, so here was the thing I was going to say before I almost puked in my mouth. So I'd say we got 5 guys to go up on this little magical trip that I envisioned.
Yeah.
I would think, in theory, I'd want one guy with a rifle, like a number 4 Mark 1 or a Mosin Nagant of any variant, really, M39 preferably. Or a an Enfield, you get it. Full powered fucking bolt action though. I'd want one guy with a battle rifle, not a quote unquote assault rifle. I'd want one guy with a fucking like FAL or G3 or not an AR-10. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I'd want one guy.
see in the Arctic are bolt actions and single shots. You don't see a lot of repeaters.
Right, and that's the issue. Like, because I don't give a shit any time of the year in northern Alaska or mid to northern Alaska, it's fucking cold.
It is very cold, and that's why you don't see semi-autos up there. They don't work. So
no, and that's a valid fucking point, which is why I'm thinking more like, even though it would be more convenient, but
people have also been combating aggressive wildlife up there with single shots, revolvers, and bolt actions for centuries. So
oh yeah, and that's the thing is everybody would have a sidearm too, like dog.
Yeah.
Like, you know, they're your fucking semi-autos would probably fucking work.
It's almost pretty much required once you get a certain point north. Pretty much everyone always has a handgun just because.
Yeah, and I definitely carry a fucking 357 7-shooter for sure.
Yeah.
And have speed loaders and all that shit. Or maybe I might carry the fucking 1917, who knows. But so that's what I was wondering. It's like again, and then okay, so going down from that shit, I'd also want somebody to have a either slung on their back or accessible a shotgun.
Yeah, shotguns.
Because you can run, you can do small game with that. You can do slugs, which are you shoot a bear in the head with a fucking slug, it's at least gonna get knocked the fuck out.
Yeah, and they also run great without lubricant. So
a pump, yes. Well, actually, no. My Benelli, my fucking M4, my 1014.
Yeah,
I have had it now for 3.5 years. I have never lubed it or cleaned it yet.
Yeah. Well, those have a lot of the internal parts like stainless or coated or whatever.
Yes. It's also it's an extremely short stroke piston, like an M1 carbine, like extremely short stroke.
Because you see a lot of professional hunters that go up to like northern Canada and stuff. They have like those rifles that are like Teflon coated on the inside.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if this is Teflon coated, but like here, the point being is like that shotgun. If you carried birdshot and buckshot with you, and you loaded it with slugs, if a fucking polar bear was coming towards us and you put 7 or at least 5 3-inch fucking magnum slugs into its head, it's not going to be able to be that effective.
True.
Plus rifle fire, plus pistol fire.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I think it would be at least dazed.
Yeah.
You put 5 rounds of fucking, whole ounce slugs at fucking 900 feet per second into its skull, even if it didn't penetrate.
No, it's not going to stick around. Yeah.
Right. It's going to be dazed. You could fucking kill it. Yeah.
But you just got to be, I can't believe you haven't thought of that before, but like, no, seeing that when I grow up.
You haven't thought of that.
No. Like, because I grew up with that. It was just a common knowledge, basically.
And I understand that. Like, I understand that a bolt action would be better. I 9 times out of 10, 9.9 times out of 10. However, the reason I would want an autoloader that worked and that I knew would work, which we should do some tests. Hey, if it's going to be as shitty of a winter as we think it is,
go do some shooting at -40 one day.
Dry, just dry.
Yeah.
Yep. I won't lube these fuckers. I won't do anything, and we'll use surplus ammo.
Yep.
Or
just
like
up against the side of the house one night before we go out shooting and just see how they work. Yeah.
Yeah, like fucking hey, we're getting more ideas. But so but theoretically, if we could have a say the G3 actually does pretty well. Say it does. Okay.
Yeah.
So you get one guy with a rifle. You get one guy with a G3. Okay. One guy with either another bolt action G3 that's going to sling the shotgun or carry the shotgun as a primary weapon.
Yeah.
And then you've got a guy that's got a 22 rifle.
Yep.
And then whoever else is at the end, maybe they have a battle rifle, maybe they have another rifle. But I think you need all sorts of different weapons for different game.
That's right.
And situations, but they all need to work. That's a big thing.
They do need to work. So.
But yeah, that's going to be a good thing. When it's -40, we'll have to just fucking suck it up. Put some fucking. I'll try to get some of those Arctic masks.
Oh, I've got one for me. Yeah, but
Yeah, I'll have to get one then. And we'll have to go
my
out.
big sheepskin coat and my big wool boots, and we'll go stand out there and be okay.
Dude, we'll go when it's 30, 40 below, and we'll actually test these fucking rifles out. Because again, I don't clean my shit a lot. Like I'm a piece of shit when it comes to that.
Oh, I clean all the time.
I know we've talked about this. But yeah, it's like FAL, G3, and we'll do an AR too. I'll bring an AR out there. That's not lubed, not greased.
Well, that's how the U.S. does it in like Wainwright.
Yeah.
When they go on training exercise, they purposely strip all the lube out of their guns because then they at least work, but they wear parts out incredibly fast. So.
Well, here's the thing: is like when I was in Iraq, like if you had any sort of oil or any coating on your weapon,
yeah,
it would get caked in fucking dust.
Yep, and it does.
It's the powder. Like anybody that's been to Iraq and Afghanistan, that part of the world, it's not sand, it's powder.
Yeah,
it gets on fucking everything. So right. So I would oil everything and then wipe it clean with a cloth. So there was like just a barely visible sheen, and still dust could come on there, but it wasn't thick.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is like I'm sure it'd be the cold, except the particles, you have the lack of friction.
Well, a lot of it, you get the ice crystals that build up in the lube because a lot of lube is actually water-based, believe it or not.
Right. Yeah.
And so that water molecules that are suspended in the oil freeze into crystals, and that creates.
That'd be interesting too.
Locks the gun up.
Like fucking figure out like Hoppy's number 9 versus like CLP.
Yeah.
When it's 40 below, that'd be interesting.
There is special Arctic lubricant, and I have one bottle, but it is incredibly, incredibly expensive.
Well, I know the Finns use antifreeze.
Yeah. There's stuff that you can get out there that is incredibly expensive, but it works.
But that's fucking lagging this fucking bad.
It is lagging that bad.
All right, well, we should probably wrap it up anyway.
Yeah, we probably should. So.
Yeah, Chris and fucking Austin, thank you guys so much. This is going to be awesome.
Thanks, everybody that subscribed to my Patreon just now. I'll get to you guys with all your stuff after this is over.
Oh, shit. You mean this paid off again?
It did. I got 3 of them, I think. 3 of them.
Well, shit.
That's right.
So, all right, guys. Well, we'll probably be here. I think Wednesday we should be good, right?
We will be here.
Yeah. Yeah, Wednesday we should be here. So, thanks for watching, everybody. This is actually a pretty good live stream.
It was a very, very good, productive live stream. I had a good time.
Yep, talking about a lot of cool shit.
Yep, global politics, Arctic firearms, correctional.
U.S. politics, yeah.
Switzerland.
And then, yeah, like tests that we can come up with now. We can do the FAL and the G3 and the AR in the wintertime.
Videos.
Yep. All right, well, thanks a lot, guys. We'll see you probably Wednesday. Oh, I gotta tuck my thumb. I fucked that up. All right. Later, everyone.